breaking news and top stories.
You live in sexual anarchy.
This is the Troll Patrol, live with Justin Freakin.
Welcome to the Troll Patrol live. It's a freaking Tuesday. Charlie's neck went pop. I had to update the opening video. I was hoping to have it for Sunday, and then something was wrong with it, and then I tried to have it for last night, and then something else was wrong with it. I was like, God damn it! But I've got it going now. All new. I did it to the drop as well. We had to update some things. Switched out Joni Ernst on Dana Loesch's head. Meat Cakes, welcome in anonymously. Hope everybody had a good time with Prince last night. That was a lot of fun. If you didn't join us for the Prince concert, you missed out. Iran is on the sheet for tonight, Warlord. We absolutely are covering the uprising in Iran. I don't know that it's going to fall any day. Holiday, welcome in. New for 2026. I made some minor changes. The chat, it glows. The chat on screen, you can see it right now. It's glowing. Tried to do some fun things. It looks like Little Mac when he gets the shit beat out of him in Punch Out. I think my camera may be going out, though. It's been acting a little weird. The cats have knocked it off 1,000,000 times, so that could be it. It took one too many trips off the top of the monitor. We got a jam-packed show tonight. We've got the January 6th committee met again today, so we're going to be talking about a lot of January 6th shit. Since it is the 5th anniversary, I figured I would show you exactly where I was on January 5th. January 5th. On the 5th anniversary of January 6th. Because this little thing about doing this show makes my seat for history kind of wild. I can go back and document exactly where I was. So I put together a little 10-minute supercut of my reaction to the goings-on of January 6th. We'll watch it together here in just a minute. And it's the old graphics and everything. I've barely been doing the Troll Patrol for, 8 months, 9 months at that time? I started in April of 2020. This is January of 2021. So what is that? 7 months? 8 months? I even seem younger looking at the video. Like, damn, life has worn on you in the last 5 years, hasn't it? You sound younger 5 years ago than what you sound today. So we'll watch that. We'll watch the haps with the January 6th committee. I'm going to give you an update on the QAnon shaman. He has ditched Trump, and maybe you guys can guess the reason why he ditched Trump. Here's your meme of the day. Nothing will stop us. Tweeted woman before she was shot dead in the Capitol. Anonymously, you're right. It is a long time, but also it has flown the fuck by. January 6th kind of feels like yesterday to me. The start of this show feels like yesterday to me. Time is a what do they say, a flat circle? I think I fucked the quote up. It feels like it just happened. But Biden has already been the president, come and gone, and Trump has been back in office a year. Meatcakes was watching Dave on January 6th. Fair enough. You'll get to relive what I was doing on January 6th, my little super cut. I think I did a good job of cutting it down. And once again, it feels like Biden did nothing for 4 years, and also feels like he did a lot in 4 years. That 4 years had a lot of news to it. I know, I had a front row seat. I was right here, covering it. Let's start it off. Let's hear from, we've got other things we're going to talk about. Congress facing a shutdown. We're going to talk about the MAGA billionaire who is standing to make billions off of the invasion of Venezuela. Pro-Maduro demonstrations taking place today. A Wyoming court struck down an abortion law. Republicans down another man in Congress. A Republican representative died in office again, not literally in his office. Our representatives are so old they drop like flies. A teen in San Diego was shot by cops. It's now found from a review of the footage that he wasn't running from the cops. He was running from a different shooting that was going on. A fatal shooting was happening near him. He was scared for his life and running from it. For some reason, a cop... We'll watch the video. We'll see it. For some reason, a cop thought he was running from him and killed the teen. This happened in San Diego. We've got footage of an armed standoff between a man and cops. The man was holding a child. This happened in Paramount, California. ChatGPT helping a kid OD. Called, I think ChatGPT called itself his AI drug buddy. Speaking of Charlie Kirk, a professor has been reinstated.
You live in sexual anarchy.
Princess Kimberly, welcome in. Oh, you want to know how bad AI is? This was what I was doing right before I came on. I don't know why my light went off when I turned my camera off there. DJ Dub. I wanted one of those, okay, yeah, I can do that, DJ. Can you make that for me? I wanted a Mr. Beast shocked face for a thumbnail. And AI did that to me. I got another set. You want to see it again? Like, I did some free trial. I spent pretty much all my credits. And that's the slop that it gave me. What I love is that it captured the background so goddamn perfectly of my picture, but yet can't capture me. Like, I don't know what to type in. You can see in the, like, I tried this so many things. What took my jet? Like, I'm back now, like, actually being really busy. I just needed to put in a little work, a little prep work, some shit. I don't think AI can take my job. I'm still sticking by that. And I should use it to the extent that I can, I guess. I didn't pay for this. I did a free trial. I don't think I ever will pay for this, but I could exploit them freely, possibly. This dude especially right here. This one kind of looks like, this one's the closest, possibly. Wild. But yeah, DJ Dub, I'll send it to you. If anybody thinks they know the site, I had a site one time I was playing with that you put the picture in and you could make it do things with the picture. I couldn't really seem to find a site that did that way. I'm torn on AI. Should I embrace it? Should I try to utilize it in the ways I can to make my life easier? I'm pretty ethically against it. Yeah, I've been busy. Like, did I, hold on, did I download? Yeah. No, I didn't download it yet. Maybe. But say I had Media Winch do a voiceover for me. And she did a really good job. I'd play it for you, but I don't think I have it handy. I don't think I downloaded it for me. Let me see. She called it budget VO, and I was a little insulted by that. Like, oh, you're doing it for, but it's about budgeting. Oh shit, hold on. It'd probably be easier if I do it this way. Okay, here's the VO Media Winch did for me. I think. Oh, I'm in the wrong browser. Shit. Been having a weird audio issue with OBS since I switched things up.
It's the end of the month, and as
There we go.
working as police officers in California, $9,700 hit both of our accounts. Let's see how it all breaks down. Bills first, $3,200 for our mortgage, $410 for utilities, then the internet, our phone bill, and all our streaming subscriptions. Next, our living expenses, $1,200 for groceries and eating out, $850 for shopping and new clothes, $480 for our gym memberships and self-care, $290 for gas, and close to $800 set aside for date nights. Now the debts, $710 for our car payment, plus our academy loan and credit cards. Finally, the savings, $2,000 into stocks and crypto, $1,600 towards our retirement fund, plus some money set aside
Into crypto.
for family support. Now that our budget is set, we log every expense through the month, and the spreadsheet automatically does all the calculations for us. And yes, before you ask, this template is completely free right now. Just comment budget and I'll send you the link.
So basically this dude, he's probably some financial yada yada on YouTube or some shit. And he wanted me to yank a TikTok. Somebody else's TikTok that went viral. That's the script for it, from it. And just like steal it. And I'm like, I can't do that. I can't ethically do that, but I can recreate that exact same thing for you. That's not a problem. And he's like, okay, do that. But then I noticed, like, it says cops in California. Like, the video is, they're in, like, Oklahoma or something. And I'm like, well, I could go get cops in California, but then it's not the exact same because I've got cops in California, but it's not the exact same content, so maybe the video doesn't go viral the way it's fucking weird. Well, no, the way I did it is actually, like, ethical and legal, I guess. I mean, it's still stealing in a way, but he owns the copyright to it because the video editor just made it from scratch as opposed to just grabbing somebody else's video. Oregon Gal, good evening. Now that you're here, let's light one up, tip one back. Let's start it off tonight with Chuck Schumer. He spoke earlier today on this anniversary. Oh, you've also got special elections we will cover shortly. Sacrificial MILF. Arkansas, Connecticut, Georgia, South Carolina, and Virginia. Nothing real major, but we will touch on that. Ducky, welcome in. Chuggy Boy Schumer spoke today during a vigil on Capitol Hill.
And those who try to lie about it, those who try to make up myths about it, we're not there. We were. Most of us. We know exactly what happened. Exactly what happened. And then, even more malicious, Donald Trump's White House released a maliciously false account that blamed the Capitol Police for the violence. How disgraceful, how despicable, how disgusting, how low. Donald Trump showed what a low human being he is by his actions. That day and in preceding days, where he tried to lie and cover up the truth. It's stunning. He is stunning in his maliciousness and his dishonesty. And then, to show truly who he was once again, if his evil character, if his bad character didn't come through enough, on the first day of his presidency, he issued a blanket pardon for every single criminal who attacked our police on January 6th. And now, in a vicious twist of the truth, he blames law enforcement for the violence. In the face of such blatant lies, let us all tell the truth, and let future generations remember it. On January 6th, our Capitol Police officers were heroes. Our DC police were heroes. Our law enforcement, who protected this building, protected lives, protected democracy, were our true heroes, and to them, personified by the Sicknick and Smith families, we say thank you. You are the great Americans. You are the great Americans. Not Trump and his minions.
Who's fucking TikTok? I don't know. All my cats took a stanky ass shit, like just then. So I had to deal with that. I had to bag it up and light a candle. Like, you motherfuckers. T-Minus, welcome. Clinically. I don't know how many of you were with me on January 6th, 2020. Or 2021. January 6th, 2021. That's where we're getting ready to go back to. Are you ready? Chuck Schumer said, I was there when it was happening. I got the video proof. Here's the evidence. I put together a supercut, a little 10-minute. This is what happened on January 6th.
Control. Live with JustinFREAKIN.
Welcome to the Troll Patrol live.
400,000 ballots appeared.
This is the biggest goddamn baby I've ever seen in my life.
because a lot of people when
But
they
we'll see. When are we gonna see? Today's the day.
also said, "Sir,
That's,
if you're down
for
3,
fucking
4,
weeks
5,
now. I've had right wingers telling me on January the 6th you're gonna be surprised. Am I? Am I? What is gonna happen today that's gonna shock me? Well, no, I'm not gonna hold my breath. This is the second time in my life that people have said that the Republicans are gonna be irrelevant.
She never wants a soldier brought home.
Supposedly, a Republican was never supposed to win an election after the 2006 election.
They're in countries that nobody even knows the name. Nobody knows where they are.
We see how that worked out.
So, I mean, I could go on and on about this fraud that took place in every state. And all of these legislatures want this back.
And you will go on and on.
I love you, and it's freezing out here. But I could just go on forever. I can tell you this.
2 Justins? Tell me that's not a cult. Crowd chanting, "We love you."
When you hear, while there is no evidence to prove any wrongdoing, this is the most fraudulent thing anybody said. This is a criminal enterprise.
Did he just admit there was no evidence? No evidence, but
This will say,
it's a criminal
won't
enterprise.
put any of that on there because that's no good.
I don't know what Trump thinks Pence is going to be able to
Who
do.
have moved out of state and individuals who are otherwise ineligible.
And what kind of a hissy fit is he going to have tonight in the White House?
Clean up their vote. Well, here.
Apparently he's going to
weeks.
throw ketchup against the wall.
Exactly, from right now, Joe Biden will be your president.
Got 3, 4, 5, 6.
I never thought that I would say that with some sense of excitement in my voice.
Sir.
By the rules. Let's go. Let's just start. Okay.
Here we go. We're in session. So yeah, speaking of the MAGA rally, it's hopping now.
I cut out me simping on Kirsten Cinema. Because I totally did. She can be my GOP mommy.
This is global news with their live shot. This
Media
is
Winch is in
kinda
my chat.
insane.
There's a warlord.
You know what I always say? Right-wingers are fucking morons.
I'm even wearing the shirt and I've got
Dumbest
the flag
fucks
behind me.
walking the planet.
Yeah, I did like a 10-minute supercut flash.
Why are you mad? The Democrats took the Senate.
Over 400,000 mail-in ballots were altered, switched from President Trump to
Nope,
Vice
he
President
hadn't.
Biden, or completely erased from President Trump's totals. The proof is in the counting curves, the curves that cannot occur except with odds so rare and unlikely that winning the Mega Millions lottery is more probable. Madam, Mr.
What the
Speaker,
fuck is he talking about?
Chamber.
The House will be in order. The House will be in order. Okay.
Oh shit, what's going on?
This is the moment right here.
What the fuck is happening? This is the shot from outside.
The House will be in order. House will be in order.
I thought I heard shit breaking.
I did.
Members will take their seats. The House will be in order.
Once again, this is the shot right outside.
Here. Okay. We can get order, we can resume.
We've got the Senate live again.
Yeah, I had both the Senate and the House up for the confirmation.
I do not know what the disturbance was. I feel like protesters broke into the chamber or some shit.
They did.
Something is still going on.
So they were in joint session and then they split back off.
The screen of the Senate has gone dark.
Recess pursuant to clause
That's
12D
Justin
of
can
Rule
teabag
1.
President Justin.
Well, this has
the
been
pooping
an
on
interesting
Pelosi's
day.
desk happened a little later.
This is the live shot. This is the disturbance.
Shelley, welcome in.
That has caused the House and the Senate to go into recess. God damn, this is gonna take forever.
I just wanted it to be over with so I could play video games.
A ceremonial process outlined by the Constitution. These dumb fucks are gonna cause it to take all fucking day.
Still with me,
Go ahead.
But they are evacuating
And they
the
did.
people who are still in the chamber. I am in a crowd with members of Congress and fellow journalists who are evacuating at this point. That portion of the Capitol is under control. I don't have a view on the rest of it at this time. You see that members have been given gas masks that they are wearing, perhaps for tear gas or just out of caution.
Oh, really, Dougie? You think I haven't aged in 5 years?
Johnson. This is a large number of members of Congress. that
Probably
I'm
because I
walking
look like an old fart
out the door
then.
with now. I just can't tell you. Everyone is being calm. Everyone seems in control. But
I'm
I
kind of
think when we look
nostalgic
back on
because,
this,
like, it's the
it'll be
old
hard to
logo.
believe the actions that we are
It's
being
my
forced to
really
take
old
right now.
graphics.
Guns drawn. Shit.
Parkour,
The tweet
welcome in.
said, I thought
Thank
they
you
would
for the
have
raid.
a better defense than a death.
Raiders, welcome in. We are currently watching exactly where I was at on January 6th. This is a super cut. I put about 10 minutes together of me watching January 6th happen in real time.
Greta, the latest, I think the photo that you just probably put on the air from inside the Senate chamber is perhaps the most jarring image we have seen yet. It is, in fact, that the presiding officer's chair has been occupied quite literally.
I don't mean our
So let's watch this video.
There we go. Police are squabbling with protesters. Oh, there we go.
The cops just let them in.
Yep,
The cops didn't
that
stop
totally
them. They
happened.
marched with them in.
Police are
What the fuck?
protesters. Oh, there we go.
Going through this, I'm amazed at how many big moments I actually
Maybe
watched
that helped
live
explain the lack of response.
or just
21
after
SWAT team,
on
23,
Twitter.
24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31.
Well, where are they? What are they doing?
33, 4, 5. I've now seen over 50 cars in the last 2 minutes.
This is the scene. They're just sitting around on the steps of the Capitol.
9, 10.
Where is this SWAT team?
Right after this,
the
I was
fuck?
begging to like crack some skulls. I don't know if I left that part
Batman
in.
is on the scene.
Batman is on the scene.
I mean, Batman's gonna take care of it, clearly.
Holy shit, Batman.
But whose side is he on?
Yeah, whose side is Batman on? I think he was with the January 6ers. I had forgotten all about Batman.
As alarms sound outside the Capitol building.
Having trouble playing that video. Here's Batman again.
Hey,
Cops are
Cap.
taking
Hey,
selfies with protesters.
That I have.
Wow.
Hey, Calf. Hey, Calf.
Wow.
They're just now breaching it, Flash.
Well, I mean, that explains a lot, right?
But I don't know if that part made it in. Like, I had to cut down 8 hours into 10 minutes.
What the fuck?
But I think I got some of the best parts.
What the fuck?
Second floor.
They're
Charlie
chasing
Day
the cop.
is chasing the cop up the stairs. Alien, welcome in. Because I did this quickly, Flash.
Use your stick on him.
I don't even know if I caught that live, but I do remember that story now that you say that. We totally covered that in the days after.
Here they are again on the scaffold.
So thank you, JustinFREAKIN, been bringing you comprehensive coverage of current events for well over 5 years now.
The mayor
I think I did a
declared
damn good
curfew
job
at
with
6
January
o'clock.
6th.
I'm in awe of this. I can't believe police let this happen.
Komradsky.
Yeah, I honestly shouldn't call them protesters, terrorists, or is what they are.
Oh, well, thank you, sports cards. All right, now back to the current time. Back to the now. January 6th, 2026 kind of ended up the way that January 6th, 2021 did, with a brawl. A brawl erupted at the January 6th anniversary rally. This is today.
In the name of Christ, we rebuke you, Satan!
In the name of Christ, we rebuke you, Satan.
You demon! You demon! You evil demon! You demon! You demon! You demon!
Oh my God.
Once again, this is today at an anniversary rally for January 6th.
We rebuke you in the name of Christ, you demon! Jesus is king! Jesus is king!
Jesus is king.
Jesus is king! We rebuke you, you demon!
protester, both of the original January 6th and this one?
You hit someone? Yes. Yes. Old lady, we got it all on camera with her.
The Secret Service is grabbing her.
You're under arrest, girl. Yeah, baby. Thank you, Secret Service. Thank you for your service. Have a nice life. Feel good? We rebuke you, Satan. Back up, guys, back up. Back up. Everyone back up. USA! 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 USA!
Ooh, chanting USA at her as the cops are arresting her. I gotta go back. How did this even start? Did we get the beginning of it? The Asian lady attacked her. And then she threw her down. Like, that was self-defense. Yeah. And then she came back for more. Mr. Spronk.
Oh my God.
Yeah, holy shit. No, DJ Dub, I think she's a counter-protester. I think she got cornered by the chuds. But it really seems like she was the one assaulted. There are a gazillion cameras around her.
Counter-protester, both of the original January 6th and this one?
It says hands off DC.
Old lady, we got it all on camera with her bullhorn.
Yeah, look at her broken bullhorn. They assaulted her.
Thank you, Secret Service. Thank you for your service. Have a nice life. Feel good?
I mean, she can get the charges dropped.
Back up, guys, back up. Everyone back up.
You know, you might be right, Flash, at least to take her out of the situation. Perhaps they review the footage and decide, you know, no charges are warranted, yada, 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 but they get her out of danger. They're chanting "Lock her up."
Assaulted me first. Get out of the way. Get out of the way. By pulling my hair. Put her with Maduro. Back up.
Yeah, so they take her in, they get her out of the situation, they review the footage, they're like, oh, well, the other woman assaulted her. Perhaps issue a warrant if they do their job properly. But this is also Secret Service. Yeah, they may not even be detaining her because they just took her over to the side and they were talking to her. A much more sympathetic figure appeared in front of the House January 6th committee today. Her name is Pamela Hemphill. We covered her multiple times throughout the years. She was the January 6th grandmother. Trump issued her a pardon. She did not accept it. She testified today about her involvement.
Hemphill. I'm a mother and a grandmother and a cancer survivor and a retired addiction counselor. I am also a convicted criminal.
That's also a picture of her. She posted this picture and said, I'm headed to the Capitol.
Thank you for having me back to the Capitol today. I am deeply grateful for this chance.
Just to put things in
Make
context.
amends and talk about what happened 5 years ago. Once I got away from the MAGA cult and started educating myself about January the 6th, I knew what I did was wrong.
Yeah, she's like the only repentant
I
one.
pleaded guilty to my crimes because I did the crime. I received due process, and the DOJ was not weaponized against me. When Donald Trump pardoned us,
I don't know that she actually can't accept the pardon. Like, that's something we
Accepting
covered
that
at the time when...
would be lying about what happened on January the 6th. I am guilty, and I own that guilt. 5 years
Her not
ago, I
accepting the
traveled
pardon is
from
kind of like
Idaho to
symbolic.
DC to see Donald Trump speak. I had fallen for the president's lies, just like many of his supporters. Local people had welcomed me into the circle when I was around them. I heard them saying things like, the Democrats are trying to turn this into a communist country, or the radical left wants to do away with our Constitution. The gaslighting caused a lot of fear, and I was scared. With that fear in my heart, I came here on January the 6th. I went from Trump's speech to the Capitol because I thought Mr. Trump would go to the Capitol with us. I heard people saying that Trump was going to walk down to the Capitol, so I went. Well, as you know, Donald Trump never showed. But the rioters did, and the attack began. The police officers were the heroes. They protected the Capitol and everyone inside the Capitol.
Well, not all of them, as we saw. Several of them just let the rioters in.
And even people like me. I was trampled on by the rioters. And if it weren't for the Capitol Police helping me that day, I might have died. To the Capitol Police officers sitting, if I may address you for a minute. I am truly sorry from the bottom of my heart for being part of the mob that put you and so many officers in danger. I want the Capitol Police to know how truly grateful I am to them and how deeply sorry I am. I can't believe people are still disrespecting you and trying to lie about January the 6th. I will do everything I can to stop the lies about our brave officers like you who protected us during the attack. Thank you. Speaking about January the 6th has caused a great risk to my personal safety. I have been doxxed online, harassed, and physically assaulted.
I bet.
But I am here, and I don't care.
She got a cute hat, though.
I won't let it stop me. I can't sit here while Mr. Trump and others are lying. I also want others who feel like me to know that we must stop the lies being pushed by the Republican leaders and Trump himself.
Big Ben, welcome in.
Thank you again for having me here. I am glad for the opportunity to speak to you and answer any of your questions.
Orb. Absolutely. Leftist. Fuck those cops too. Fuck those cops in particular, because as you saw, they let they let the rioters in. But hey, they are offended that Trump handed out pardons. Here is one of the cops that testified today, Winston Pigeon. Winston Pigeon over here.
To testify and be here today. I was just a kid who had a dream of becoming a police officer and was lucky enough that it came true here with the Capitol Police. 5 years ago today, I was called a traitor, violently assaulted in the line of duty, punched in the face, pepper sprayed, and thought I'm going to die here on the steps of the U.S. Capitol.
I don't think I'm
My name is Winston Pigeon, and I was
Pigeon, I'm sorry.
5 years. I do not speak on behalf of all officers, nor the department, which I left 10 months later.
I got like Winston Pigeon better. Pigeon. Pigeon. You got any gray pigeon? I'm sorry.
The U.S. Capitol. My name is Winston Pigeon, and I was an officer with the Capitol Police for over 5 years. I do not speak on behalf of all officers, nor the department, which I left 10 months later.
Pigeon-like
features.
features.
I believe my experience is not unique as one of many who showed up to work on January 6th like I did every day, ready to protect and serve the Congress, the congressional community, and the Capitol itself. Serving as an officer was the honor of my life, especially with the
I wish I had that hairline
honoring the
flash.
inauguration of President Biden, as well as the lying in state ceremonies of Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg, Officer Brian Sicknick, and Officer William Evans. I would be remiss to not mention honoring the life and service of Officer Howie Liebengood, who sadly took his own life just days after January 6th, 2021.
Who's this Matt Gates looking motherfucker over here? At least
On
the
that
Matt
day,
Gates
I was
profile.
assigned to the Civil Disturbance Unit, the Hard Gear Riot Team, on the West Front as thousands descended upon the Capitol from Pennsylvania Avenue. Before I knew it, we were completely overrun, and what started with mere insults turned into being brutally attacked. This should serve as no surprise to anyone. The evidence of violence is obvious and extensive. Hundreds of police officers, my friends, fought valiantly to defend the Capitol and our democratic process that day. From the West Front to inside the Capitol, the mob said to me,
Mediocre white
President
man
Trump
dreams of
sent
being a
us,
cop and being part of the
and
40%.
we don't want to hurt you, but we will.
Which is a lot higher. I always point that out.
I
People
suffered
talk about
immensely
40%.
on
That's a
January 6th.
self-reporting
I do not wish to dwell
survey.
on my own pain and want to be clear.
The
this
number
not
is
about
bound to be
any
way
one person here today.
Flow.
The events that day are bigger than any of us. What happened that day is wrong. It should go without saying. Pardoning criminals who severely beat me and my fellow officers that day is completely unacceptable. We cannot accept violent felons being pardoned and released back into our neighborhoods without consequence. That
Well,
is
all
not
cops
justice.
are fascists, but not all fascists are cops.
Violence is never
Is that
acceptable.
it?
It must be
Am I saying that
unequivocally
correctly?
condemned by the president and our fellow Americans, not selectively.
Are there
ignored or pardoned.
non-fascist cops?
I implore America to not forget what happened on January 6th. We must refuse to accept the normalization of violence. In this deeply divided time, I believe the vast majority of Americans have so much more in common than what separates us. And finally, to all the officers who continue to show up day in and day out in service to Congress and to our nation, thank you.
Can there be a non-fascist cop? Phew. Hold on, let me go. Emphasizing extreme, this is the definition of fascism, emphasizing extreme nationalism, a powerful central state, militarism, and suppression of opposition, prioritizing the nation or race over individuals, and often promoting social hierarchy, national rebirth, and aggressive expansion. I mean, technically, like, to be a cop, you have to embody some of those very central traits there. powerful central state, militarism, suppression of opposition to an extent. You would have to embrace that. Prioritizing a nation or race over... Prioritizing a nation or your municipality over individuals, that is absolutely a trait of being a cop. Often promoting social hierarchy, that is absolutely a cop. But I mean, you can... Nationalism is a big part of fascism. So technically a cop could exist that wasn't nationalist and have fascist tendencies but not be full-blown fascist. Is that fair to say? Ooh, leftists might have me. I don't know that all cops would. I think it might be close to 100%. I think it would be 99% or something, but I don't know that it's 100%. I think you get some weird hippie cops. And probably it would be the more educated ones. Yeah, and where unicorns exist too, right? Cops can be nationalists but not fascism? Okay, I will agree with Flash there that non-fascist cops would get Serpicoed. Because I can give you a gazillion examples of that, so therefore I can give you cops that aren't fascist existing. I would say the cops that I am thinking of are far more educated, tend to be detectives, crime scene analysts, or something like that, and wouldn't be your normal beat cop. No, fair to say. I don't really want to make a hasty generalization. How did we get off on this? Adam Kinzinger was back in the house today. Guess he enjoyed a little bit more of the spotlight.
Witnesses for being here today. I have to say, Representative Kinzinger, I've been rereading some of your interviews and your article on Substack, and I have to tell you that I'm not reading Republican, I am not reading Democrat, I am reading American. And so I thank you for that and for fighting against the brain rot. So you were on the select committee and you shared your experiences post January 6th. Can you sort of share with us what made you make the decision to put democracy over power or personal power or party?
Well, thank you. What made me do it is just simply my oath. I mean, what shocks me is that there were more people that didn't. I said this and I mean it, like I'm not there. Nothing that I did was heroic, but I was just surrounded by a bunch of cowards that were too scared to do it. I mean, this is like, to me, it's the most basic thing. How do you defend your country? You have been, as a member of the House, God has basically, they have picked you to represent 700,000 people. What an honor that is. And you're going to sit there and say, my career is more important than this moment with 700,000 people? I wear the name of Andreas O'Keefe, who's a friend of mine that was killed in Iraq, on my wrist. And I said since the day I ran for Congress, I said, how can I, as a member of Congress, worry about my career if I'm going to vote for and eventually...
I mean, I can, Orb.
...die for...
You're welcome. I absolutely can shut that whiny bitch up. Speaker Emeritus Nancy Pelosi testified today.
Could never have had the idea that a president of the United States would incite an insurrection on the capital of the United States, this symbol of democracy throughout the world, on the Constitution of the United States, which he took, and we all took, an oath to uphold, on the Congress of the United States, who that day had the congressional responsibility to accept the results, to certify the results of the election. The list goes on. And today, that president who incited that insurrection continues to lie about what happened that day. On my way over here, I saw on TV that he was claiming that we did not ask for the National Guard. I thank Representative Hinziger and as well as Elaine Loria for setting the record straight and other testimony that you've heard here. For over 3 hours, we begged him to send the National Guard. He never did it. He took joy in not doing it, was savoring that. And right now, he was saying on TV today, I wanted to send it, they just wouldn't do it. His own Secretary of Defense, acting Secretary of Defense, testified under oath against what the president is saying today. Maybe not in public, but under oath. God forbid that they ever put this president under oath. His people know never to do that because who knows what will happen. But what he's saying today, still lying about it, is an insult to the American people. Good thinking people in our country, and I believe
it's not a lie if you believe it, according to George Costanza.
Their
And
goodness is what gives us hope that we can move on for this even from this.
the January 6th committee has evidence he knows he lost the election, but
Are an insult.
I think at this point he believes
It's
it.
the beautiful vision they had of this country, and they.
Damn it. Fuck my joke up because I was muted. Listen, I know a lot of people in my chat do not like Nancy Pelosi, but there are 2 huge reasons to be a fan of Nancy Pelosi.
A titty slap!
Come on now.
Give me those titties, Silent, you can't tell me. You can't tell me. You don't want to touch him. I do. She could be my DNC granny. If you're just joining us, we watched a supercut of me watching the events of January 6th as they happened. I almost left it in. There was a whole section of me being an absolute simp for Kirsten Sinema. I cut it out. I was like, they really don't want to hear this. But that totally happened. A week or 2 ago, the Republicans in the House released their closed-door deposition with tonight. Oh my God! Are you telling? Do you have some sort of information, or are we actually some sort of military action at Greenland? I would think we would move some boats. I was baiting too to Kirsten Cinema back in 2020. A couple weeks ago, the House Judiciary Committee released their video from Jack Smith's deposition. Jack Smith said he absolutely had Trump dead to rights.
You know, a counterpoint to that.
Wanted jail for him.
A bunch of cases before your office, and he's, you know, representing a bunch of people. I mean, he may have felt threatened, but he also may have felt that it was in his strategic advantage to just try to forget about it because he doesn't want to make an enemy of Jay Bratt. I mean, isn't that a fair counterpoint?
I don't think so, based on the number of interactions we'd had with him, and also the fact that he didn't even bring it up. Someone else brought it up, and when he was, again, I was told when he was confronted with it, he was surprised someone brought it up, made a reference of, I know how to make a complaint if I need to. That was my recollection. And then when he did make the complaint, he didn't just say, I think this should be referred to OPR. He said, and it may be in this letter, that yes, I think that this, let me make sure I get the language correct. Yes. We respectfully suggest that this matter be referred to the department's Office of Professional Responsibility for a thorough investigation, and that any indictment arising from this investigation not lie until such an assessment is reached, knowing, as we do, that an OPR investigation can take many, many months. So that's my take on what happened. And I think our office responded appropriately to this. I don't credit it, but at the same time, we referred it to OPR so they could look into it.
So if it did happen the way Mr. Woodward or Mr. Brand say it did, you would have an issue with that then. Is that fair?
I'm not exactly sure what they're talking about at this moment. This is supposed to
any of my prosecutors threatened
lead to Smith talking about
prosecutors under
pursuing jail time.
Threatened defense attorneys, they wouldn't be working with me any longer.
Okay. You know, Woodward here is talking about essentially a veiled threat that he believes Bratt was mentioning this off the cuff to try to get him to play ball with NARA's cooperation. So if that had happened, you certainly wouldn't condone that, would you?
I would not condone anyone threatening a defense attorney, but I also say that if you've practiced law and practiced criminal law, I mean, that's just not something that would work. I mean, that's not something that I've seen and experienced.
Yeah, me too, T-minus.
Do it in front of several other prosecutors. It just, in addition to, for all the reasons I said I didn't credit it, I also think it just doesn't make a lot of sense. But to your point, if, unlike this situation, a lawyer who worked under me threatened a defense attorney, yes, that would be inappropriate.
During the last hour, turning the page to a different topic, you said that you had not yet considered a sentencing recommendation had
Here we go. This is the pertinent information.
One of the cases. I mean, do you think that you would have recommended a jail sentence, prison sentence, if he was convicted?
I'm not going to speculate that on that, because that would require a very detailed analysis of the sentencing guidelines factors, of what he was convicted of any mitigating factors. That's not something you do off the cuff, whether someone should be incarcerated or not, or how long. That's not something I would do without significant analysis.
And had your office undertaken any type of analysis on that front?
In terms of a thorough analysis, I don't recall anything like that. I'm sure that we knew how much the sentence could be in each individual thing, but I certainly had not turned to thinking about what sentences should be. As a rule, I don't do that until there's a conviction in a case.
Okay, but what would have the sentence have been for the charges that you indicted for?
I'm not going to speculate. I mean, if we sat down and went over the sentencing guidelines, we could talk about what that would be, but I have not done that analysis, and I haven't looked at or thought about that issue.
Would that analysis have yielded some jail time, or recommendation for some jail time?
Again, I'm not going to speculate on that because, as I mentioned earlier, you only get to that if you try your...
We're going to get a whole bunch of nothing out of this.
We did not do that in this case. There was no trial, and we didn't do that.
But you got on him for not speculating.
Do you have any members here? Just, we have a couple minutes left.
Yeah, well, I get what he's saying. Like, they're asking him, like, what do you recommend jail time? And he's like, I don't know that I would have gotten a gun. He was confident that he would have, that he had the evidence to convict, but he doesn't think about jail time until a conviction is secured and he takes in the totality of the information. I mean, that's what you want from a prosecutor. On this, the 5th anniversary of January 6th, let's talk about one of the most famous January 6th figures, the QAnon shaman. What's he up to today?
Better known as the QAnon shaman. He became known around the world after the January 6th attack.
There he is. That's the QAnon shaman. How are you doing?
Doing all right. How about yourself?
Ahead of the 5-year anniversary of the Capitol.
Looking sharp.
I went to Phoenix to see what he...
Avalon, welcome in.
Are you still a Trump supporter?
Kenzai.
No. I thought you knew that.
Why not?
The man alone refusing to release the Epstein client list was enough for me and I think a lot of other people to be like, okay, this is bullshit.
Jake pled guilty to obstruction of an official proceeding and was sentenced to 41 months in prison. He was later pardoned by Trump.
Looking back on Jan 6 now, how do you feel? Do you have any regrets? Do you regret that you went?
Not at all.
Even though you had prison, all that stuff?
Even though I had prison and all that stuff. No regrets. I don't live with regret.
Did you ever identify as the QAnon shaman?
Never. Not once.
But you were a Q follower?
Well, kind of. I had a sign that I carried around with me for a little while that said Q sent me, but that was because of the meme Q sent me.
A key part of QAnon's conspiracy theories are claims of a child-abusing cabal of elites. Now, like many of its followers who are loyal to Trump, Jake has stopped supporting the president because of his initial resistance.
Oh, I'm sure he's raking in money from somewhere. He's a grifter of the highest order.
Go ahead.
One thing that QAnon has done, right, is to like insert so much confusion and disinformation about like who was actually involved with Epstein that then it's just now impossible to know what the truth is.
The idea here is anybody can have a story, anybody can have a theory, but the water is so convoluted that the truth will never be officially established.
Yeah, brother. Yeah. You think he's on something? Does he look hot to you guys?
You're Willie Nelson high. You're smoking some of the best dope God ever put breath in.
I try. Is Donnie that reporter's name? Because I think he came from Vice or an outlet like Vice. But I think it was Vice. Yeah, CNN picked up 3 or 4 Vice reporters that they do amazing work on CNN now. Goddamn dopers.
You're Willie Nelson high. You're smoking some of the best dope God ever put breath in.
I love that one. I haven't had it for like the last couple of weeks. Or this one. I love that picture of Riri and her fish. It makes me happy seeing that picture of Rihanna. Because, like, she is so into her fucking fish. Seeing that picture of Rihanna makes me incredibly happy. Let's go over the special election results. The South Carolina State House District 98. So far, it's a close one, actually. With 95% of the votes in. Shit. I think that's probably going to go to recount. It's within a point. $21 votes. The Republican up by 21 votes. It doesn't even say what the candidates' names are. That's fucking New York Times has no idea what the candidates' names are in this state house race in South Carolina that's closer than a fucking cunt here. Go over to the Virginia State Legislature special election. The Democrat up with... Is it something about my ad blocker that blocked out the names? Because it's also doing it in Virginia, and I could have sworn I saw them earlier. Yeah, it's something about my ad blocker is blocking out the names. Okay. Sorry. I don't know how to fix that. So my apologies to the New York Times. Politico, perfect. No, are they actually? Politico's not covering the special elections. The fuck? It said it was live. Yeah, the New York Times is like the only one that had like a... all of them. God damn it. Since we're talking about special elections, though, Brian Kemp has set a date for the special election to fill Marjorie Taylor Greene's seat. Marjorie Taylor Greene, not a member of Congress today. It has been five years since Marjorie Taylor Greene has not been a member of Congress. She would have been sworn in right before the footage we watched earlier. Igloo, welcome in. Progressive Squirrel. Brian Kemp authorized a special election to select a candidate to fill the remainder of former MAGA acolyte's term following her official resignation from the House late Monday night. Kemp's office posted the signed writ of election to his office's website, setting the contest for March 10th. Also, that's one seat that Republicans are down. They are also down another seat today as California Republican Doug LaMoffitt died.
California Congressman Doug LaMoffitt, who just passed away at the age of 65.
His loss now reduces the GOP's already narrow control of the House to 218 seats. That's compared to the Democrats' 215. Fox 40's Chloe Curtis.
Is that counting Marjorie Taylor Greene?
Taking a look back at his life and his career. Chloe.
Representative LaMalfa represents District 1, which covers Yuba City, Chico, and Redding. But LaMalfa often said that he wanted to be a voice for rural communities, working families, and farmers, especially as a longtime rice farmer himself. And one of the rural areas that he was especially passionate about was the Ridge community. That encompasses parts of Paradise, Magalia, and Concow that were impacted by the 2018 Camp Fire. And that became an area of focus for him as
Did she say campfire?
As a representative there. Now, I also have a lot of experience working with Representative LaMalfa because I was a reporter in Chico for several years before this. And this is one of our last interviews together. This was from late 2024 when I was talking to Doug about HR
Same difference.
63. And that was a bill that he continually reintroduced to exempt wildfire survivors from federal taxes on their wildfire relief payments. That bill was reintroduced by him several times in several forms for years.
I don't know. They said how he died.
And it was an effort that brought people from both sides of the aisle together, like Congressman Mike Thompson, who represents California's 4th District, including parts of Solano, Sonoma, and Yolo counties. Him and Doug worked on this bill together many times.
Oh, is Paradise City a literal place?
Thompson shared that he is, quote, saddened by the loss of my longtime colleague.
I always thought it was the friends we made along the way.
A lifelong Northern Californian who loved his community, and I was glad to work with him often on bipartisan efforts to improve.
Like Paradise City could be your city.
To support our farmers, help prevent fires, and tackle the home insurance crisis. Doug was elected to the California State Assembly and State Senate before being elected to the U.S. House of Representatives in 2012. LaMalfa was also a chair of the Congressional Western Caucus and sat on the Agriculture, Natural Resources, and
the grass is green and I'm slapping them titties.
Now, Doug oversaw District 1 for over 10 years.
Oh, won't you please take me home?
November. This is one of the districts that was expected to be heavily impacted by redistricting as a result of Prop 50, but Doug said he still intended to run for re-election this year. Reporting live in Sacramento, covering local news that matters, Chloe Curtis, Fox 40 News.
So gaining respect from both Republicans and Democrats. Chloe, thank you. We're hearing from Governor Gavin Newsom now, who's talking about the passing of Doug LaMalfa. He just issued a statement saying, quote, Congressman Doug LaMalfa was a devoted public servant who deeply loved his country, his state, and the communities he represented.
Gavin Newsom has some bone-colored business cards.
Perspectives. He fought every day for the people of California with conviction and care. He will be deeply missed.
I think Paradise City is what they closed with when I saw them. I saw GNR back in like 2017. My lord, welcome in. Give me your business card. I'll put it in my Rolodex. Like we still have those motherfucking things.
Denmark fought side by side with U.S. troops in Afghanistan after 9/11, and the country lost more soldiers per capita than any of the other allied forces. Now they're asking the United States to stop the threat.
No, he was a Republican, Kinsai.
International fallout from that U.S. attack on Venezuela reaching the shores of Danish territory now. Officials from Denmark and Greenland even asking for a meeting with Secretary of State Marco Rubio. Denmark joining France, Spain, and the UK, all putting out a joint statement now, pledging to keep defending Greenland's sovereignty, even calling the U.S. an essential partner in that. We'll see if Rubio agrees. International correspondent Patrick Reevell joins us now. So what do you think is concerning European leaders the most right now about just all the rhetoric we're hearing regarding Greenland?
Hi, Kira. Yeah, these repeated threats now from the Trump administration about taking over Greenland are causing major alarm in both Greenland and Denmark, but also in Europe. And we've been seeing significant
motherfucking clogged.
Today, we've seen
clogged ass goddamn court
warn that a U.S. attack on Greenland would amount to the end of the NATO alliance and also an end to the post-World War II security order. We've also seen today a joint statement from Greenland's government alongside the key European powers, which is France, the UK, Germany, as well as Poland. It's a carefully worded statement where they take note of the US's concerns about security, but say that Greenland is part of NATO and that these issues can be addressed within the alliance. And they say the alliance is already doing so. But I think really what has happened here is that since Venezuela and what we've seen happen in Venezuela, combined with the immediate follow-on threats towards Greenland, has caused many people in Europe to suddenly start taking these threats, which began very early on in President Trump's second term. They've begun to take them much more seriously. And of course, you know, a US takeover of Greenland by force against the will of Denmark would be tantamount to an invasion of a NATO member. It would easily be the biggest crisis in the alliance's history. And so now we are seeing European countries have to...
I would assume it kills NATO. NATO's just not a thing going forward, is it? Or unless, like, the European nations want to come together, do their own fucking treaty organization. The U.S. is done with it.
To take this extraordinary, unthinkable thing seriously, Kira.
Well, let's talk about what we're learning now about this possible meeting with Secretary of State Marco Rubio.
So Greenland's foreign minister as well has said that both Greenland and Denmark are trying to urgently have a meeting with Secretary of State Marco Rubio to discuss these latest threats. They say, though, in a statement today, that they've been trying for a long time now to try and have a meeting to discuss this issue. But so far, the U.S. Secretary...
Well, Margo has denied him.
Agreed to it.
Sports car, Joe me a Coke. Or some Coke.
Seems again to be part of this campaign.
We get some of that Venezuela good.
Against Denmark and Greenland, Kira.
I was on crack.
Right. Well,
The next governor of Minnesota, Mike Lindell. European leaders have come together to condemn Trump. Meanwhile, Iranians are rising up against their government. Protests getting kind of violent.
The violent crackdown has begun. Over the weekend in western Iran, protesters tried to storm a police station in the town of Malekshai. 4 of them were killed.
ACAB.
According to state-affiliated media, 1 man...
ACAB means Iranian police too.
30 people were injured. Then on Sunday, Revolutionary Guards and police stormed a hospital nearby which had demonstrators inside. According to human rights groups, at least 29 people have been killed since the protests began 10 days ago. And over 1,000 demonstrators have been arrested. The Grand Bazaar, Tehran, again one of the flashpoints today.
Like this video on Twitch.
Had reached a record low against the US dollar, brought shop owners back out onto the streets.
Be sure to like and subscribe.
And in response, tears.
Comment. Help me with the algorithm.
Remember, this all started with electronics vendors shutting up shop in protest, a combination of the 12-day war with Israel last year, US sanctions and economic mismanagement has sent the value of the currency here into freefall. On a condition of anonymity, we've been speaking to small business owners and others in Tehran.
My company shrank, and eventually I had...
There's like nobody watching me on YouTube. There's like 50-something people here on
Everything
Twitch.
is so much more expensive. The anger of protesters today is justified because people cannot even afford...
Chainsaw, welcome in!
I believe the protests will continue because in reality, this is a revolution of the hungry.
This woman is a mother of 2. She hasn't taken to the streets of Tehran yet.
When life and death no longer make a difference to us, why should we be afraid? We have seen nothing from this regime except hunger, inflation, and misery.
At first, the regime said it would listen to voices like these.
It didn't work.
The problem, a small temporary living allowance introduced yesterday. But at the same time made it clear their patience was running out with the protests. And this is what that looked like in the city of Shahrokord today. This may have started as a retail revolt, but now it's about much more. That said, the numbers on the streets are not at the same level as they were during the giant demonstrations in Iran 4 years ago. Also, Iranian opposition is still in exile, in prison, or ineffective. The reasons these protests may be different, though, Iran's sphere of influence is degraded, and Trump has said that the US was, quote, locked and loaded if protesters were killed.
President Trump has been
threatening to intervene in the protest in the manner that happened in June. And I think that makes this very different. So both the economic pressure on the government, the way it's looking at how it can react, but also in the way that the population
Elemental, welcome in, friend.
The effectiveness or the utility of these protests is different before, because Iran was not in the circumstance that it is after the 12-day war.
Violence erupted on the streets of Malik Shahi today. It came off the back of the funerals of
Den of Depravity. I love that.
But during the ceremony itself,
welcome to the Den of Depravity.
Replaced by this. Although towns like this have been economically neglected for years, it's still not the type of place you'd expect to hear so many chanting.
Death to Khomeini.
Something is shifting.
Shit. Yeah, I like Den of Depravity. You can only come in here if you live in sexual anarchy.
You live in sexual anarchy?
You have to be this much sexual anarchy to get in. Gunfire heard earlier today in Caracas, the capital city of Venezuela. Igloo, did I tell you good evening? Speaking of good to see you, Igloo.
After gunfire was heard near the presidential palace. This was just hours after Delcy Rodriguez was sworn in as interim president. It comes amid growing uncertainty over Venezuela's future after the U.S. attacked the country and captured its leader, Nicolas.
Oh, don't sell yourself short. I'm sure you can BS about lots of topics, people.
The U.S. to face drug-related charges, with both pleading not guilty during their first court appearance yesterday. NBC News senior White House correspondent Gabe Gutierrez joins us from Colombia's border with Venezuela. Gabe, good morning. What more can you tell us first about this gunfire that was heard in the capital?
Oh, hi there, Savannah. Good morning. The gunfire rang out near the presidential palace in Caracas, and witnesses say that security forces were firing at unspecified, unidentified drones. Now, two White House officials tell NBC News that the U.S. was not involved. So there's still a lot of questions about what exactly happened. However, it really speaks to just how on edge this entire region is, especially inside Venezuela following the capture of Nicolas Maduro.
Do you know where my kid is?
And Gabe, we know.
Is it? I don't know for sure that a kid exists, but if he does, he's probably about 20.
President yesterday. I mean, this gunfire was just hours after that. She, of course, was Maduro's vice president.
He's from Talladega, Alabama.
Navigate the next few days and weeks. Tell us what.
Or I don't know. I don't know if she was from She might not have been from Talladega. She might have been from anywhere else in the fucking country. Who knows?
Of the Maduro regime.
Well, Savannah. Right. Well, she is walking a very.
Yeah, like they would admit if they were.
Savannah, you're right. Rodriguez initially, after the attacks, she described the U.S. operation as a barbaric attack. And she was very.
I thought it was a good joke.
And she softened her tone.
Grail, good evening.
On Sunday, releasing a statement saying that she was looking to collaborate with the U.S. Now, the White House, the Trump administration has said that she's on board with what the U.S. is trying to do. But again, she's walking a very fine line here. What's also interesting, Savannah, is a U.S. official.
No, it probably would have been 2008, so that would make.
Assessment.
No, he'd be 17, so not quite 18. Please do not find my kid if he exists. Or if they exist in SA, please.
Going forward,
at least another year.
And that was a factor in why President Trump did not back the opposition leader, Machado. So moving forward.
Because she took his Nobel Peace Prize, absolutely.
With the United States will be. But the White House.
Oh, I would not make a good dad. No.
She will help the U.S.
Far too selfish.
Move forward here.
Self-absorbed.
Also, tell us what you're seeing on the ground.
Fair enough, my lord.
Have you there? You're able to report on the situation right at this border, as close as you can get, basically. What are you hearing from Venezuelans who are?
I'd show my kid love in a way that my father didn't show me love. So.
Well, Savannah, there's a profound sense of uncertainty here, as we were just discussing. It's unclear what happens in Venezuela in the weeks and months ahead.
The FIFA Peace Prize, greater than the Nobel Peace Prize.
Venezuela thousands of Venezuelans cross through here each day, some to visit family members, some to work. Some now also are leaving for good while all this uncertainty plays out. We spoke with one family yesterday that was really shaken up. They were overwhelmed over the recent events. They were coming with luggage. They were trying to live with family members here in Colombia. They weren't sure when they were going to return to Venezuela, but they were also very reluctant to speak on camera and say anything critical of the government because they still have family members inside Venezuela. And to that end, Savannah, what we were discussing about Delcy Rodriguez, the Venezuelan government has actually issued a decree as well. Even though she's offering to collaborate with the U.S., this decree orders police to arrest anyone inside Venezuela that is seen as supporting the
6 months to the World Cup. Should I try to get into soccer before then? Is this going to be a really big deal?
Any anti-Maduro demonstrations inside the country.
Such important color from the ground, Gabe. Also, quickly, the Trump administration threatening other countries in the area, like where you are in Colombia, like Mexico, like Cuba. How's the region responding?
You like the soccer holiday? I'm sorry, the football?
A war of words of sorts is erupting between President Trump.
I don't get it. I've tried to play it. I've tried to play video games. I can't. I don't understand the game.
Says that the government in Cuba will likely soon fall. He has railed against the government of Mexico for its alleged involvement with drug cartels. And yes, he has said that the Colombian president is, quote, a sick man involved in drug trafficking. Sharp responses from all of those governments denouncing U.S.
What do you mean by that, leftist?
Right.
Are you saying FIFA is rigged?
Fantastic reporting, and we'll have more.
There are. Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on.
Right. Gabe Gutierrez, thank you very much. Fantastic reporting, and we'll have more.
We thank you for watching.
Shut up, llama.
Updated on breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or.
I miss Lester. I put Lester in the opening video. That's how much I miss him. The being a dad thing, I don't know. I'd be supportive of my kids. I'd like, whatever they're into, I would, encourage them. As a creative person that doesn't feel like his parents really encouraged him, or were very supportive, so. Beyond that, I don't think I'd be a very good parent. Like I always used to say, when I was doing studio photography, people would be like, "Oh, you're really good with kids. You got kids?" I'm like, "No, I wouldn't want to share my PlayStation with them." And like that's the truth, not just the PlayStation, but kids are a real time sink, and I'd rather be playing PlayStation. I have no desire to be a parent. I mean, hey, if you're into it, if that's your thing, like more power to you. You're doing something I couldn't do. They'd be annoying me and shit. I wouldn't be able to concentrate. I need to be all in my perfect recliner and. It's funny that the ABC News report we just watched didn't mention the gigantic fucking demonstration in favor of Maduro. They said they made it sound like people were afraid to speak out against the government. I don't know what to believe. There are legitimate organizations that say that Maduro rigged the election. And I've maintained that two things can be true. But it's hard to gauge what the actual popular support in the country is through the lens of Western media. I knew this happened because I saw the live stream earlier. Beyond that, there was no coverage of it. There weren't news stories. Pro-Maduro demonstrations in the this might be tens of thousands of people, hundreds of thousands of people. It looks rather large. That's the other reason why they are lying almost every time. But like the Carter Foundation said they thought Maduro rigged the election. I would agree that the country is probably better off under Maduro than a U.S. puppet. But once again, I don't know the conditions on the ground. I tend to want to not to believe. Jimmy Carter dead, but the Carter Foundation does fantastic work. That's why I'm saying they're a reputable organization. So I don't know exactly what to believe. And it's okay. It's okay to put things in that context. But this is a rather large demonstration. And it is a pro-Maduro demonstration. I totally think it was the Peace Prize. That is why he does not back Machado. I absolutely believe it's the Peace Prize. Thomas Massey took to the floor of the House to voice his displeasure about the colonial efforts in Venezuela.
Told us to go to war over WMDs, weapons of mass destruction that did not exist. Now it's the same playbook, except we're told that drugs are the WMDs. This is about oil and regime change. Mr. Speaker, James Madison warned us that in no part of the Constitution is more wisdom to be found than in the clause which confides the question of war and peace to the legislature, and not...
Flash, I don't know if you were here yesterday, but I read the quote from Petro where he's like, "Come and get me, motherfucker," basically. He didn't say motherfucker. But that was basically the gist of his quote to Trump, "Come and get me."
The executive. Madison called it the crown jewel of Congress. The framers understood a simple truth. To the extent that war-making power devolves to one person, liberty dissolves. If the president believes military action against Venezuela is justified and needed, he should make the case and Congress should vote before American lives and treasure are spent on regime change in South America. Let's be honest about likely outcomes. Do we truly believe that Nicolas Maduro will be replaced by a modern-day George Washington? How did that work out? In Cuba, Libya, Iraq, or Syria, previous presidents told us to go to war over WMDs, weapons of mass destruction that did not exist. Now it's the same playbook, except we're told that drugs are the WMDs. If it were about drugs, we'd bomb Mexico or China or Colombia, and the president would not have pardoned Juan Orlando Hernandez. This is about oil and regime change. And when it comes to regime change, we've already been down this road with Venezuela with nothing to show.
It is, but with Trump, it's also because he thinks Venezuela rigged the 2020 election.
Show for it. In 2019, we recognized Juan Guaido. We seized their embassy here in D.C. We were told that regime change was imminent. Years later, Maduro remains in power. Today, we're told to place our hopes in other exiled figures. Edmundo Gonzalez and Maria Corina Machado. I wish them well, I do. But Congress should not express moral sympathy in the form of a blank check for military escalation and American lives. And let's take a moment to acknowledge the contradiction at the heart of this policy. This administration tells us that the Maduro regime is made up of narco-terrorists, and by escalating toward war, we would predictably create countless refugees. At the same time, this administration has moved to end temporary protected status for hundreds of thousands of Venezuelans and deports them back to the very regime it condemns. So which is it? Are we prepared to receive swarms of the 25 million Venezuelans who will likely become refugees and billions in American treasure that will be used to destroy and inevitably rebuild that nation? Do we want a miniature Afghanistan in the Western Hemisphere? If that cost is acceptable to this Congress, then we should vote on it as a voice of the people and in accordance with our Constitution. And yet today, here we aren't even voting on whether to declare war or authorize the use of military force. All we're voting on is a war powers resolution that strengthens the fabric of our republic by reasserting the plain and simple language in the Constitution that Congress must decide questions of war. I urge support for this resolution, and I yield back.
Gentleman, time had expired.
Thomas Massie and Donald Trump have been going at it for quite some time now. Earlier today, Thomas Massie snapped back at Trump, posting this long-winded diatribe. The incredible people of Kentucky's 4th Congressional District who want desperately to get rid of Thomas Massie, the worst Republican congressman we have had in many years, blah, 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 blah. Because Thomas Massie is one of the reasons why we have the Epstein file release. Thomas Massie said, I ain't reading all that. I'm happy for you, though, or sorry it happened. We have totally entered the meme age of politics. Zon, welcome in. Mr. Sprock, did I tell you good evening? Now that you guys are here, let's light one up, tip one back. I got some gunk on my finger. Ew. Trump has admitted we are fucking paying for it. We're going to be paying for Venezuela. We are on the hook for the bill, as always.
Else who's been working the phones, specifically on the phone with President Trump, and that is Meet the Press moderator Kristen Welker. So a lot there. You and the president talked for a pretty good period of time, right? I mean, 20 minutes. We talked about how he said he's the top person in charge of Venezuela, that this is an extraordinary moment in history. But what he said about current leadership in Venezuela is fascinating, saying that the vice president, who's now the acting president, is cooperating?
Yeah, I thought it was fascinating because remember what he said just yesterday, Hallie. He basically warned her that if she is not cooperating, she would meet a fate worse than Nicolas Maduro's. Today I said, A, have you spoken to her? I said, I don't want to get into it, but Secretary Rubio is constantly speaking to her, holding calls in Spanish. And I said, but do you get the sense that she is cooperating? He said, yeah, I do get the sense she's cooperating. And here's the other piece of this, Hallie. I asked him about the idea that he hasn't taken putting boots on the ground off the table. And I said, what would prompt you to do that? And he said, if the government...
The entire government is staffed by fucking Redditors, 4chan fucking bros.
This interim government stops cooperating. So it gives you a sense of how he's thinking about this.
It also puts into place the piece of the puzzle that Secretary of State Marco Rubio told you yesterday, that troops in the region are leverage. It sounds as though that is what President Trump and this administration is holding over the head of Delcy Rodriguez and Venezuelan leaders if they don't get on board with what he wants.
Absolutely. Right now, there are no troops on the ground, according to Secretary Rubio, and President Trump reiterated that. They both have said, we're not at war with Venezuela. We're at war with the drug traffickers inside Venezuela. But the bottom line, to your point about leverage, Hallie, you're absolutely right. They are holding that over the head of the current interim government to say, if you do not get in line with what we are doing here, there will be U.S. forces on the ground. So really fascinating. And the president making it very clear there's a team of people in charge, which includes Secretary Rubio, Secretary Hegseth, Stephen Miller, the vice president.
Oh, yeah, I feel real good with those guys in charge.
And he said, me.
He's making clear the buck stops with him. You also...
Did she even say anything about us paying for it? That's what the headline was, but it's the Daily Beast. But here's who stands to make a fortune from it, as we pay for it. Venezuela raid enriches MAGA billionaire. The ouster of Maduro is a financial windfall for a prominent Trump-supporting billionaire, investor Paul Singer. This is reporter Judd Legum. This is on his Substack. In a Saturday morning military raid ordered by President Trump, U.S. forces captured Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro. After Maduro was apprehended and transported to New York to face criminal charges, Trump announced that the U.S. would run Venezuela for the indefinite future. The extraordinary attack, which legal experts said violated U.S. and international law, created a financial windfall for a prominent Trump-supporting billionaire, investor Paul Singer. Singer, an 81-year-old with a net worth of $6.8 billion, donated $5 million to the Make America Great Again, Inc. Trump super PAC. Singer donated tens of millions more in the 2024 cycle to support Trump allies, including $37 million to support the election of Republicans to Congress. He also donated an undisclosed amount to fund Trump's second transition. This June, when Trump sought funds to bankroll a primary challenger to Thomas Massie, who raised Trump's ire by supporting the release of the Epstein files, Singer contributed $1 million, the largest contribution. Since Trump was first elected in 2016, Singer has met personally with Trump at least 4 times. Paul just left, and he's given us total support, Trump declared after meeting with Singer at the White House in February 2017. I want to thank Paul Singer for being here and for coming up to the office. He was a very strong opponent. Now he's a very strong ally. In 2016, Singer initially supported Marco Rubio, who is now Trump's Secretary of State. In November of 20, it all falls into place, doesn't it? November 20, that's why little Marco, who Trump hated, is actually in his cabinet now. In November, and this is the most important part, Singer acquired Citgo, the U.S.-based subsidiary of Venezuela's state-run oil company. Singer, through his private investment firm, Elliott Investment Management, bought Citgo for $5.9 billion. The sale to Amber Energy, a subsidiary of Elliott Investment Management, was forced by creditors of Venezuela after the country defaulted on its bond payments. Citgo owns 3 major refineries on the Gulf Coast, 43 oil terminals, and a network of over 4,000 independently owned gas stations. By all accounts, Singer acquired these assets at a major discount. Advisors to the court that oversaw the sale valued Citgo at $13 billion, while Venezuelan officials said the assets were worth as much as $18 billion. Singer acquired Citgo at a bargain price, in large part due to the embargo with limited exceptions on Venezuelan oil imports to the United States. Citgo's refiners are purpose-built to process heavy-grade Venezuelan sour crude. As a result, Citgo was forced to source oil from more expensive sources in Canada and Colombia. Oil produced in the United States is generally light grade. This made Citgo's operations far less profitable. Elliott Investment Management is known as a vulture fund because it specializes in buying distressed assets at rock-bottom prices. Maduro's government was also seeking to appeal court approval of Singer's bid for Citgo. Now Maduro has been ousted, however, it seems unlikely that the appeal will continue. All the pieces are coming together. Are you ready to do the shutdown dance again? Because we're coming up on it.
On a war powers resolution that would block the U.S. from further military action against Venezuela without congressional approval. On CBS Mornings yesterday, Democratic Senator Tim Kaine of Virginia, who filed the bipartisan resolution,
Tim Kaine in the membrane,
attack on Venezuela a, quote, illegal action. But House Speaker Mike Johnson pushed back on that claim last night.
We are not at war.
We do not have U.S. armed forces in Venezuela, and we are not...
Seriously, whoever fucking said, was it Twain? Those who don't know history are doomed to repeat it, because fuck.
Occupying that country. The Constitution gives Congress the power to declare war, that is true. But it also vests the President of the United States with vast authorities as Commander-in-Chief.
Let's turn now to CBS News congressional correspondent Caitlin Huey-Burns. Caitlin, there will be in all Senate and House briefings tomorrow that will focus on Venezuela and the Western Hemisphere. What can we expect, and what are lawmakers saying about Speaker Johnson maintaining that we're not at war?
George Santana.
Briefing yesterday pretty much fell on
Spanish-American philosopher George Santana.
Party lines. You heard the speaker there saying we're not at war, so we don't need Congress to weigh in.
Those who cannot remember the past are condemned to repeat it.
Republicans, except for Rand Paul, who of course has long been an outlier in his party, and he is the one that is co-sponsoring that war powers resolution that we'll see a vote on later this week. But tomorrow's briefing will be the first time that all lawmakers are briefed by these top administration officials, and the questions that they have are questions that we all have, which is
thank you, Holiday.
End game here. The president says that we are now running Venezuela. What exactly does that look like? When does Congress, if at all, need to get involved? Does this require congressional approval of additional funds? Are there going to be troops on the ground? These are the kinds of things that lawmakers want to know and hoping to get answers from the administration on. But today, really,
I was like, did I suck the right end?
Democrats very critical
That's what she
of these
said.
moves and what comes next, and Republicans pretty much giving trust in the administration that this was a targeted event. But of course, this comes against the backdrop of broader questions about U.S. involvement anywhere, and these questions especially as the president has, threatened incursions elsewhere as well.
I can't believe we're talking about this.
How many countries does he threaten this week?
Another government shutdown deadline on January
5 at least, right?
The House is also expected to vote on extending the Affordable Care Act's enhanced tax credits. Where do these things currently stand?
Yeah, Lindsay, the to-do list for Congress starting off this year is already very long. You mentioned that government funding bill. They are starting to work through legislation. Now, while government funding runs out at the end of this month, there are funds for certain programs that will last beyond that. So we won't be in the same kind of situation that we were last year when the government...
What do you mean by juicy, DJ Dub?
...funded through the end of the fiscal year, funding for SNAP benefits or food stamps. So we won't be at that kind of cliff. But nonetheless, key programs still need to be funded, and there needs to be agreement on how to do that. And when you mention health care, remember before the holidays, this was a key sticking point, and we saw some Republicans defect and support a longer-term extension, a 3-year extension of
I feel like he has mentioned Canada.
Subsidies. Now, there are working groups up here on Capitol Hill working on bipartisan pieces of legislation to tackle.
I see.
Those subsidies have already expired. They expired at the end of last year. The question is, how do you address these rising costs?
You want her?
Interesting, Lindsay, that when the president was speaking to House Republicans at the Kennedy Center earlier today, he said that health care is going to be a big issue and the Republicans need to own it. So that really speaks to kind of the politics at play
The reporter?
here. And notably, he said that they have to be flexible on...
I breeze down too, DJ Dub.
This is an amendment that says that the federal government can't provide funds for abortion coverage. That has been a key
Did we threaten Brazil?
point among Republicans for supporting any of these healthcare subsidies, extending them at least. So we'll see if that moves the needle at all, but it was telling that he pinpointed healthcare as a top issue heading into the midterms.
Caitlin Huey-Burns, thanks so much.
She looks kind of like an elf. You into elf? You up here looking up elf porn? Got yourself an elf kink? Oh, they literally playing elf on a shelf over here. Trump predicts that he will be impeached a third time should Democrats retake the House, and
You got
probably right.
Because if we don't win the midterms, it's just going to be. I mean, they'll find a reason to impeach me. I'll get impeached. We don't impeach them. You know why? Because they're meaner than we are. We should have impeached Joe Biden for 100 different things. They are mean and smart. But fortunately for you, they have horrible policy. They can be smart as can be. But
has he got a cold?
Borders, when they want, as I said, men and women's sports, when they want transgender for everyone, bring your kids in, we're going to change the sex of your child. Just send them our way. In some cases, like in Minnesota, they don't even tell the parents. Is that right? And
transgender for everyone.
I think we have 6 states. Nobody, am I correct? Okay, Tom Emmer said yes.
Trans in your kids.
But it's true. Where the kid comes back.
Don't say that. I like payday candy bars.
They operate on the kid. They don't tell the parents. It's not believable. We have great, solid common sense policy. They have horrendous policy. What they do is they stick together. They never have a no vote. They impeached me. I never knew I was going to be impeached. I get a phone call. I just got impeached. I said, what does that mean? It took them 10 minutes.
President of the United States doesn't know what impeachment means.
Who did it?
10 minutes.
I rebuilt our military, Space Force. I got everything.
This guy is gone.
They impeached me.
Everyone saw you getting impeached.
For nothing. Fortunately, you were on our side, and we were unanimous. And the second time, the few people in this little group, like Rice and this, they're all gone. Every one of them is gone, except
we all called it. We knew you were going to get impeached. You got impeached
Some
twice.
guy that has a state that you might as well just let him run. But think of it, everyone's gone. Everyone's gone. It makes me feel...
Everybody's gay.
I don't want to feel vicious. But
Everyone is gay.
And they're seriously gone, too. They lost in landslides. This guy named Rice, he lost by 48 points. Right? Remember him?
Up here doing some Steiner math.
What a job you did, Mr. Fry. Congressman Fry. I looked around for somebody. It's true, this was a good choice. We've made some bad choices, too, because you have to do it. I said, who the hell can run against this guy, Rice? It was a Trump plus 40 district. They had riots around his house that night. You know, he voted, I vote to impeach. And that night they had riots. So they said, who the hell? Just give me somebody. A warm body. And then...
You said that many times, hasn't he?
It has to be a living, breathing person. And then if I could get a genius, it would be good. And we got a guy who is so good. He's been, I think, are you happy with him? I think so. Stand up, Rob. He's great.
Stupid? You think we're fools?
I said, where does he come from? He's like a senator, state senator or something. I said, all right. I spoke to him one time. I said, you're accepted. But little did I realize how good he was. You did a great job. You've done a great job, and the people love him. So he has done a great job. I just want to say this. I haven't read one word on this thing. Who the hell else could do this? And I think I gave you something. It's just...
Do what, ramble? Anybody.
Map to victory. You have so many good nuggets. You have to use them. If you can sell them, we're going to win. Because we've won 2 races in like 50 years.
No, I don't want any Trump nuggets.
For whatever reason, I don't know why, but just don't fight it. It doesn't make sense. There've been 2, and they were unusual circumstances. So whether it's a Republican or Democrat, whoever wins the presidency, the other party wins the midterm, and it doesn't make sense because we've had the most successful year probably in the history. They say, and now you add what happened essentially yesterday. We've had the most successful first year of any president in history. And it should be a positive and make it a positive. So with that, I leave you. I do. And I started by saying I love you all. And I'll end by saying I love you. You're amazing people. What you do for this country is incredible. And thank you all very much.
Oh, his polling is in the toilet right now. His numbers are only eclipsed by his numbers before. I think he's breaking like his record from before too. The only good thing about him is his dancing, but unfortunately, Melania doesn't like it.
Hates when I do this. She said, you know, she's a very classy person, right? She said, it's
Melania.
So unpresidential. I said, but I did become president. You know, she hates when I dance. I said, everybody wants me to dance. Darling, it's not presidential. She actually said, could you imagine FDR dancing? She said that to me. And I said, there's a long history that perhaps she doesn't know. Because he was an elegant fellow, even as a Democrat, right? He was the attack by Japan, you know, he was quite elegant. But he would be doing this. But nor would too many others. But she says, darling, please, the weightlifting is terrible. And I have to say this, the dancing they really like. She said they don't like it, they're just being nice to you. I said, that's not right. The place goes crazy. They're screaming, dance, please.
Quesadilla, welcome in.
But no, the girl gets up. And you see, I want to be more, but I have somebody watching. I want to be more effusive. I want to really, yeah. But she gets it, and drops the thing, walks off the stage crying. Her mother's crying, her father's crying. Guy gets up. He said, have you lifted before? A little bit. And he walks up, he could have gone ding, ding.
Oh!
I think it was 112 pounds, right?
I had no earthly idea what the fuck he was talking. He's talking about weightlifting. So I'm seeing the dude.
I want to really, yeah. But she gets it, and drops the thing, walks off the stage crying. Her mother's crying, her father's crying. Guy gets up. He said, have you lifted before? A little bit. And he walks up, he could have gone ding, 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 ding. I think it was 112 pounds, right? It's crazy. Yes, please. But the weightlifting, but no, the girl gets up.
Oh, he said weightlifting. I just missed it.
And you see, I want to be more, but I have somebody watching. I want to be more effusive. I want to really, yeah.
Did he say effusive?
But she gets it, and drops the thing, walks off the stage crying. Her mother's crying, her father's crying. Guy gets up. He said, have you lifted before? A little bit. And he walks up, he could have gone ding, 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 ding. I think it was 112 pounds, right?
What was it? What do they call it? Deadlift? There's two different times though. Like sometimes you lift for repetition. Sometimes you're lifting for just one. If it's for like a a huge weight or something, it's probably just one. Trump would Trump ever lift any fucking weights? Of course not. We're gonna get into the crime section of the show. We got a couple that are might be a little much for some people. Yeah, these next three stories are pretty heavy, so if you're not into that sort of thing, you might want to come back to us in about 15 minutes. This first story happened in San Diego. San Diego Police Department has released footage The 16-year-old boy was running from a fatal shooting when a cop shot him. So he was a victim, or possible victim, in a fatal shooting. Cop shot him like he was the perpetrator, I guess. The San Diego Police Department released the video. This happened on January 28th, 2025, so almost a year ago. So the officer is responding to a call of, I think it was a mass shooting. It was some sort of shooting incident. Received a 911 call of an assault. The 61-year-old man claimed he'd been assaulted on an Amtrak train, was requesting a police response and paramedics. San Diego police officer number 1 arrived and began investigating the reported assault. A shooting incident, and unrelated to the original call, a shooting incident occurred on the west side of the platform of Santa Fe Depot. There's an officer on each side of the depot here. You can see the 2 blue dots. Officer 1, that's this one, was on the west side of the platform. Officer Gold was on the Kettner Boulevard side. Multiple security cameras captured the shooting incident. A 16-year-old juvenile is seen walking west through a corridor. When the juvenile reached the train platform, a confrontation ensued between the juvenile and 2 other individuals. One of those individuals fired multiple shots at the juvenile. About 8:51. Video has been slowed down to 50%. Well, they just pulled a gun on him. So this is apparently the shooting incident. He was able to get away. The shooter and the other individual ran north of the train tracks. The juvenile ran back the way he came. So through this corridor right here. Officer 1 ran east through the Santa Fe Boulevard. It's this way. So he's going to meet the cops like right here, isn't he? Approximately 30 seconds before the shooting incident, San Diego police officer Gold exited his patrol car right here. As the shots were fired, Officer 1 broadcast the following over the radio.
2040, I got shots fired. Again, I got shots fired over at Santa Fe Depot.
Okay, so they're trying to justify it. So this cop over here says I got shots fired and I've got a runner going through here. So this cop thinks it's the shooter. Responding to the radio traffic and the sound of the gunfire, Officer Gold arrived at the corridor entrance at the same time as the juvenile who was running away from the shooting incident. Was running from the shooting. And here is what happened. Once again, content warning. We get audio shortly. It has a countdown. This is the cop that was on what they called it, the Kettleman side. Yeah, he was leaving his car. Now he runs back and he's going to meet the... Oh my God. What a stupid fucking... Oh my... The kid was running from the shooting.
Okay, gun. Hey, easy with the gun. Easy with the gun. Okay. Hey, 24 yellow, firearm recovery.
Are they gonna shoot him again?
It's our only suspect, the one that we're doing medical work on right now.
Suspect? He's not a suspect. Following is a portion of the previous video, paused and highlighted, shows the recovery of a firearm.
Gun. Hey, easy with the gun. Easy with the gun.
Oh, they're trying to blame it on the kid. I don't even know that that's a gun. Officers continued providing medical aid, including the use of CPR, until the arrival of San Diego Fire Department. San Diego Fire Department personnel arrived and assumed medical aid. The juvenile was transported to the hospital, where he later passed away. Does that even look like what they pulled out? Oh, it was a gun. Flash as a Glock. So he had a gun. They still just shot the kid. You all saw it. He had a gun. Same rationale. Here's another one that needs a content warning. This happened in Paramount, California. Yeah, the cop didn't see the gun. He ain't got no x-ray vision. Yeah, I've never seen the movie. I only know the Bill Hicks routine. I'm with you, DJ Dub. It's Cassavetes? Is that who it is? He says it in the bit. I don't remember. This is going to be a tough one to watch. There are apparently... No, I don't think it's Tombstone. It's earlier in Tombstone. And I've seen Tombstone. That's Val Kilmer, right? And it's got a whole bunch of fucking really big names in it. Or is that the good and the bad and the ugly? I don't know. I've seen both of them. I get them confused. Yeah. Tombstone's Val Kilmer. This one might be tough to watch. Once again, content warning.
Go. We're getting a look tonight at this dramatic new body cam video, a tense confrontation between an armed man holding
Jack Palance, okay.
LA County Sheriff's deputies. The new video shedding light on the shocking standoff and the split-second decisions that are made with a child's life on the line. Eyewitness News reporter Michelle Fisher live now with a closer look at that video and what it tells us. Michelle.
Mark, a month after this tense and deadly standoff, the LA County Sheriff's Department today releasing this critical incident briefing. It lays out the initial call, the response, and the deadly shooting. And from beginning to end, literally in the middle of it all, is this young, helpless child.
A single gunshot ending a tense standoff.
Well, he had a kid, though.
6-year-old caught in the middle of the chaos. Body cameras rolling as LA County Sheriff's deputies quickly rush in and rescue the toddler. That baby's father had refused to put him down as deputies with the Lakewood Sheriff's Station responded to Alhambra Avenue in Paramount around 9:30 on December 4th for calls of a man with a firearm making threats.
He has a gun, but we just saw
You saw the gun?
Yes, but he has the baby in the car with him.
Body camera images from the LA County Sheriff's Department show deputies taking cover as they encountered 35-year-old Marcos Alfonso, who held a firearm in one hand and his 2-year-old son in the other arm.
You saw it. He had a gun.
I know, put him down. He has nothing to do with it.
According to the Sheriff's Department, deputies and a mental evaluation team spent 25 minutes attempting to de-escalate the situation. Alfonso, during that time, repeatedly urging them to open fire.
I'm not trying to hurt nobody. Hey, listen.
One deputy then discharging his rifle when the department says Alfonso pointed a gun in the direction of deputies. The cautious shot leaving the child unharmed, but striking Alfonso, who was pronounced dead at the hospital.
And tonight, an investigation into this incident does remain ongoing. Anyone with information is being urged to contact the LA County Sheriff's Department. Reporting live tonight, I'm Michelle Fisher, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
As we were watching that reminded me, there was also a standoff that happened. A dude had a sword. I don't know if it might still be going on. It was going on for 2 days. Apparently happened in Ypsilanti. This is in Michigan. That could still be going on. This could be an ongoing thing. No, hold on. Is this the update? This is the most updated I can get.
Police standoff that's been going on for 20 hours.
The real-life drama playing out in an Ypsilanti neighborhood. Our Jack Springate joins us now live from the scene there. Jack, what have you learned this morning?
Is this the latest?
Well, Meredith, we have learned something about the suspect. It's a 53-year-old male who lives in this home. He actually rents it. It is an apartment-style building, and this all started with a wellness check. There was apparently some sort of dispute with a neighbor, and this is according to the Washtenaw County Sheriff's Office. We just got this information. When they arrived to confront this man, he was carrying a sword, acting aggressively towards officers, and then immediately locked himself back inside the home. I'm going to take a step out of the way here so that y'all can see exactly what we're seeing. But the reason it's taking so long right now, this is what the sheriff's office confirmed. This man has now barricaded himself in the attic.
A fucking sword.
Trying to make contact with him right now, and they've been using all sorts of methods since yesterday around noon to try and get in touch with him.
They got a ladder.
Try and get him out of the home, and that includes using flashbang grenades, breaking through windows, throwing tear gas in there, all in an effort to at least get this person to make contact with them. They've also been trying to negotiate.
Wait a minute, this was just a wellness check.
Heard it over the loudspeaker. One of the neighbors here who's been watching all this unfold since 4 o'clock yesterday afternoon said police broke into those upstairs windows using flashbang grenades, and we actually saw them early this morning on the second
for a wellness check.
We just saw
there was no crime committed.
With a ladder. There was a ladder on the other side of the home where there was another broken window. I could see that from the vantage point.
They were sent for a wellness check. Wait a minute, hold on. I don't know that they don't make contact with him. Oh yes, we need to watch this video. Let's keep watching this.
There was a ladder on the other side of the home where there was another broken window. I could see that from the vantage point on the other side of the block. And now you're hearing, listen right now. if you could hear that, they're asking this person to leave the building. Now, none of these attempts have seemed to work right now. This block remains shut down, forcing commuters to go around this road, and it stays busy with county mobile.
He's got a cowboy hat. He looks sexy.
Other law enforcement vehicles. I even saw
I'd fuck that dude.
Going back and forth on the back room. You're actually, if you could hear the man right now screaming out the window. The officer who's on the megaphone is telling him to put the sword down. I mean, we have a soundbite from another neighbor about what's going on, but honestly, this tells a lot of the story of what was happening yesterday, too. This man screaming at the SWAT and responding units from inside this building as they're trying to get in touch with him through the megaphone. As the situation takes longer and longer to resolve, though, that neighbor that I said he's losing hope that this is going to end peacefully. As you just saw, a canister get through.
They put a munition up there, and he threw it back at him.
And we're still staying here right now because as this drama unfolds, we just saw this suspect throw one of those tear gas canisters, or what we suspect to be a tear gas canister, back at the SWAT unit as police continue to try and get in touch with them. That's the same window we also saw police in earlier, so it's unclear if those officers have left this home already, or if he has now left this attic.
This happened like yesterday, day before yesterday.
What's going on, and this is now hour 20 of.
I don't know what part of this it is. It started on Monday, Tuesday. It started on Sunday
around noon for a neighbor dispute, and when he answered the door, the Washtenaw County Sheriff's Office says he was holding a sword, acting aggressively towards officers, and so. Who knows what else? If he has a sword, it's unclear to officers what else he might have in there as he's continuing to shout at officers. We're going to be here monitoring this scene as it continues.
Okay, so let's get the conclusion. But my God, I'm glad we got to watch that with him in the window, fucking yagging at the cops. That's fantastic. Holy shit.
Over 20 hours. That's the running count for how long the stalemate has lasted between police and a 53-year-old man living inside that home. The man at the center is believed to be armed with a sword and hiding in the home's attic. Over the hours, police have used flashbangs, tear gas, and a loudspeaker to try and get him to come out safely, but the man continues to hold up inside.
This has been happening since noon yesterday, so I think that's like 22 hours, 21 hours at this point.
Oh, well, this isn't the update? God damn it. It ended Monday night where police say a man barricaded himself into a home with a sword for over 30 hours. Police were in a stalemate with the 53-year-old man. He was believed to be armed with a sword and hiding in the attic. He committed no crime as far as I can tell. Using flashbangs, tear gas, and a loudspeaker, police worked to get him out peacefully. The incident ended around 10:30 p.m., safely taken into custody. The initial call came in just after 12:30 p.m. on Sunday. Police say the man tried getting into a neighbor's home. Officers then went to his West Cross Street home's door, where the man allegedly confronted police holding the weapons. He was having a really hard week, and a wellness check was called, and it's managed to escalate into basically a highly militarized situation, the neighbor said. The SWAT has taken over our block and occupied it and created this perimeter and has maintained. Police believe he kept popping in and out of the home's attic but didn't know the home's exact footprint. I hope that he comes out of this okay, and I hope our neighborhood is able to come together and have a real talk about what safety means to us, because certainly it's not this, said Finn Bell, another neighbor, before the standoff ended. Was it his house? To review, ACAB. What if I told you you don't hate AI enough? And I say this. I say this as someone who was using AI earlier to try to make a picture of it. I wanted a Mr. Beast style, like, shocked face, and I couldn't make the AI do it. DJ Dub, if you can make that for me, I'll send you the pictures. Or at least a picture. You can make that happen. I would love it. California man, 19, died of an overdose after making ChatGPT his AI drug buddy. California college student has died of an overdose after he turned to ChatGPT for advice on how to take drugs, his mother has claimed. Sam Nelson, 19, has been using the AI chatbot to confide in and complete daily tasks, but also to ask questions what doses of illegal substances he should consume. He started using the AI bot at 18 when he asked for specific doses of a painkiller that will get you high, but his addiction spiraled from there. At first, ChatGPT would respond to his questions with formal advice, explaining that they could not help the user, but the more Sam used it, the more he was able to manipulate and morph it into getting the answers he wanted. The chatbot even encouraged his decisions at times, his mom told the outlet, until in May of 2025 he came clean to her about his drug and alcohol use. She admitted Sam into a clinic and they concocted a treatment plan, but the next day she found his lifeless body, lips blue, in his bedroom. I knew he was using it. Lila Turner Scott told San Francisco Gate about her only son, but I had no idea it was even possible to go to this level. Turner Scott described her son as an easygoing kid who was studying psychology in college. His AI chat log showed a dark history of his battles with anxiety and depression. A conversation between Sam and the AI bot from February of 2023 showed him talking about smoking cannabis while taking a high dose of Xanax. He asked if it was safe to combine the two substances, writing, "I can't smoke weed normally due to anxiety." After the AI bot responded that the combo wasn't safe, Sam switched high dose to moderate amount, which ChatGPT responded, "If you still want to try it, start with a low THC strain instead of a strong sativa and take less than 0.5 milligrams of Xanax." I had a friend who used to take Xanax, smoke pot all the time. If he stayed awake long enough to smoke some pot, he'd burn a hole in the couch. Buzzy Simba, welcome in. The company's metrics showed the version he was utilizing was riddled with flaws. Of course. Yeah, 0.5 milligrams. Adorable. Because my buddy used to do those like totem poles. I think those were 10 milligrams. And then smoke a joint. That's why he was falling asleep on the couch. He was a piece of shit. He was in the... Hold on. Go back to the January 6th video over here.
Nobody even knows.
Do you see that name? Da Breed Creed. That is my former best friend. He's dead now. We had a falling out. We had fallen out multiple times after I moved away from our hometown in the mid-2000s. He had a real bad drug problem. He's the one I'm talking about. Used to do Xanax, fall asleep on the couch, burn a hole in it. But I had reconciled with him probably around 2018, 2019. We'd started playing video games together again, and he was really encouraging and very supportive when I first started the Troll Patrol. He's dead now. I don't know, my ex called me to tell me about it and shit. That's me and him. Another picture of us. He looks really high right there as I'm playing on his computer. We were both photographers. He could be my brother. No, we didn't look anything alike. But yeah. But we had a falling out after I started the Troll Patrol. One of the anniversary shows, I was like, "Come back, man. You were a strong supporter when I first started, and I got a lot more people now. Come back, hang out with us for the anniversary show." And he never hit me up. I don't know that he overdosed. I've tried, like, I got a hold of his aunt, and she told me he drank himself to death. But she's the kind of person that would, like, lie about something like that, because it would make the family look bad if he OD'd on some drugs. So I don't know that I trust her. But he had started drinking a lot more. I do know that. My ex called to tell me he died. And I was like, I don't give a shit. Because we really hadn't been close in a very long time. And she's like, "That's horrible. He was your best friend." Blah, blah, blah. Such is life indeed. I'm sorry, I got off on a tangent. We got more news to cover. Oh yeah, we were doing the Xanax, the chatbot. That's how I got on that. That was like, because I never liked Xannies or any of the nerve pills or anything. People like that like really got on my nerves, and he got real bad off on them. That's when we drifted apart. Oh, it's his. That's another one. It's his kid. If you listen closely on the opening video, hold on. I like the Lester. I like that I added Lester to things. Where'd Lester go? There we go.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories.
So when it says Troll Patrol, there's like a little kid's voice. That's his kid's voice.
This is the Troll Patrol, live with Justin Freakin.
Another little fun fact. That's Dubreed Creed. And yes, his last name was Creed because he was a very big fan of the band. That's how lame he was. Can you take me higher?
911, where is your emergency? Someone just tried to kick in our front door.
Wait, what happened to the sound?
911, where is your
I think the video loses sound.
emergency? Someone just tried to kick in our front door.
That's not a me issue. I thought I did something. This is apparently the new dangerous teen TikTok trend, and that's how you get shot in America. The door kick challenge circulating on social media. It doesn't seem like a harmless prank. It seems like a prank that could get you shot. Kick in a door. Do not promote this behavior. You guys remember Charlie Kirk? That motherfucker?
You live in sexual anarchy.
Bonus points. Who in the chat can tell me what he was talking about when he said sexual anarchy? Does anybody know what that clip is from? Any guesses what he's talking about? It was the Super Bowl halftime when 50 Cent had the dancers. He said 50 Cent was living in sexual anarchy. Or something, I guess. I don't know. I don't even know what the point was he was making. At least he leaned left at the end.
You live in sexual anarchy.
I should have done that months ago. Sorry. Austin PV, is that how you say it? Austin Austin PA? PA? Austin PA? Peeble. Austin Peeble reinstates professor after termination over insensitive Charlie Kirk post. And Austin, I've got it. Somebody give me a phonetical pronunciation. Somebody knows. One of you fuckers knows. You fucking nerds. Come on, nerds. So P? It's just Austin P. Austin P. I'd like the Austin P and Dan Crenshaw's IP. You may ask, what's Dan Crenshaw been up to? He's kind of been quiet lately. He's been laying low. Why has Dan Crenshaw been laying low? And I'll tell you why Dan Crenshaw has been laying low, and it will make perfect sense to you. He's been doing insider trading. And I think he's been caught red-handed about it. More on that to come. But that would explain why you haven't heard a lot from Mr. Crenshaw. He's like, oh, I'll just let the crazies do the thing and I'll make myself rich real fast. Not a bad idea. Austin P. State University has reinstated a tenured theater professor who was fired last fall after resharing a social media post following the assassination of Charlie Kirk. University officials confirmed to Fox 17 that Professor Darren Michael returned to his faculty position effective December 30th. APSU did not follow the required termination process in this matter, and I deeply regret and apologize for the impact this has had on Professor Michael and our campus community. I am committed to ensuring that due process and fairness are upheld in all future action. I guess that was according to... I don't think it says, does it? Oh, that's the president, Mike Licari. Meanwhile, a teacher in the UK has been fired for probably really good reason. Some of the things he said are fucking wild. A history teacher branded Islam as satanic, told pupils that cocaine was pure back in the day. His name is Patrick Lawler. He was 62 years old, promoted conspiracy theories about COVID-19, humiliated pupils with abusive language, while publishing articles attacking Islam, gay people, and abortion. He told one year 6 class, is year 6 6th grade, right? That's 6th grade. A civil rights activist Martin Luther King was a fraud and that Rosa Parks did not really exist. Is cocaine pure? Was cocaine pure back in the day? I thought it was pure now. Lawler, who worked in Northumberland. I don't know. I haven't had cocaine in years. Northumberland. Northumberland. I have never done angel dust. Would I like it? Is it? Should I do PCP, chat? Should I do PCP on stream? I guess I shouldn't do it on stream because, like, it's totally not. It's just never came around. Nobody's been like, hey, TV and movies lied to me. I thought PCP would be way more. And that there'd be just people giving it to me. Okay, it's a stimulant, so I probably wouldn't want it. Rosa Parks is fake is bizarrely funny. I know. I think a lot of this is bizarrely funny. He was struck off the teaching register indefinitely after being found to have committed gross misconduct. The TRA Professional Conduct Panel ruled that Lawler's behavior amounted to unacceptable professional conduct and posed a serious risk to public confidence in teachers. Of course, that's exactly what he looked. Are we sure this isn't a Simon Pegg character? Is that his name? The dude that did Shaun of the Dead? Well, I do like to trip out a bit. But I'm not really a big fan of uppers. This was just a bit, right? Speaking of people getting ousted after making horrid comments, NASCAR commissioner Steve Phelps has resigned after he called one of the most prominent NASCAR team owners a stupid redneck who needs to be taken out back and flogged. The commissioner of NASCAR called one of the most prominent team owners a stupid redneck.
NASCAR Commissioner Steve Phelps now stepping away from his role. Details limited as to why, other though that it was a personal decision is what we know. We also know that this move comes after controversial text messages that were revealed during the recent federal antitrust trial in a federal courtroom in Charlotte. The lawsuit was filed by 2311 Racing, which is owned by Michael Jordan and Denny Hamlin and Front Row Motorsports. So newly released messages show Phelps made inflammatory remarks about Hall of Fame team owner Richard Childress, calling him a, quote, stupid redneck who needs to be taken out back and flogged, end quote. Well, he later said in court that he regretted his comments.
I don't know Richard Childress. Maybe.
Apologized to Childress. Phelps was appointed as the first commissioner of NASCAR less than a year ago in March of 2025. But
that is wild that this motherfucker right here would be so brazen. You were appointed last year and you would say that when Richard Childress was the team owner for Dale Earnhardt. Richard Childress won multiple championships with Dale Earnhardt, one of the most storied team owners in NASCAR. Like, it's wild that he would say that. That's like coming into like baseball and insulting Hank Aaron or something to his face. Basketball would be like Michael Jordan's a gigantic piece of shit. It's like coming in just completely soiling a legend.
He's now been employed with the top racing series for more than 20 years. NASCAR, though, has not announced any additional leadership or personnel changes. Officials say there are no immediate plans to replace the commissioner role or to be able to seek outside leadership. Phelps will transition out of NASCAR by the end of January. For the latest on this developing story, you can head to our website.
And actually, let's talk about this NASCAR lawsuit. This is kind of wild in and of itself. If you guys don't know about it, Michael Jordan sued NASCAR. They did end up settling. Jordan was in the courtroom. This happened about 2 weeks ago, right before Christmas, like right before Christmas.
Well, Michael Jordan has settled his antitrust lawsuit with NASCAR. The two parties announced the settlements at the federal courthouse in Uptown Charlotte just nearly 2 hours ago. Thanks for joining us at noon. I'm Demarni Lewis, and Channel 9's Evan Donovan has been on top of this case since it broke and joins us live from the federal courthouse now. And Evan, this settlement came as a surprise to a lot of people.
It was a bit of a surprise, but not completely unexpected based on how this trial was going for NASCAR. Details at the moment are slim. The financial agreement has not yet been made public. However, we do know that Michael Jordan and his co-owner, driver Denny Hamlin, will get their charter back, and that all of the team's charters will be permanent. That was one of the biggest sticking points for the racing teams and one of the biggest reasons why Michael brought this lawsuit 15 months ago. The former
NASCAR was, and I haven't been keeping up with this. I haven't watched racing in 10, 15 years. I play a lot of racing. I don't watch it very much anymore. NASCAR was basically using these team charters as a way to like blackmail the teams, extort the teams into doing what they want. The charters would expire like every 3 or 5 years. I can't remember what it was. And then they would, like each time they'd come up with something different, like they might do a lottery, blah, blah, blah. So these teams couldn't really invest, the owners couldn't invest in the teams. And they yanked the charter from Michael Jordan, who is a very powerful fucking man. Because I don't think I think they were discriminating against him because he was a black man and didn't want him in the sport.
Owner of the Charlotte Hornets wanted to make NASCAR more like the NBA and NFL, with a permanent right to compete in the sport like a franchise and a higher percentage share of NASCAR's revenue. As I told you last night, Jordan's attorneys were picking through NASCAR's financials, which would not normally be made public but for this lawsuit, because despite its size and popularity, NASCAR is still essentially a family-owned business. I asked Jordan about that, about his emotional ties to the sport and the family ties on both sides, and what this settlement means long term. Listen. Family history wrapped up here, not just for you, Mr. France, but also for you, Mr. Jordan. Can you talk about just what it means to you from a legacy point of view?
Well, I grew up watching his father build this sport, you know, and I didn't want to have to tear it down. I don't think he wanted to be torn down, but I think when, you know, under calmer circumstances, we actually voiced what our interests may have been, you know, collectively. And at the end of the day, we reached some type of compromise.
I will make it very clear, for the longest time, I did not like Michael Jordan. I watched that fucking documentary about him. That is the coolest motherfucker. I would love to meet Michael Jordan. He seems awesome. And he just cusses and shits on people and smokes and plays poker. Loves to gamble and drink whiskey. Wait, you have a shocked Justin picture already? I've got resin on I don't know, my pipe is leaking or something. I don't have a paper towel. Hold on. Law dog. I didn't know he was born in North Carolina or in New York. I thought he was from North Carolina. He just seems so cool.
There are no cameras allowed.
Do you want a better picture? I got a shit ton of
Michael
pictures.
Having been on the stand during this trial, this is the first time we've heard from him since.
That's pretty good.
The agreement have not yet been made public, and we don't really have a timeline for when they will be. Coming up tonight at 5, I talked to Jordan's co-owner, Denny Hamlin. I'll bring you that conversation this evening on Eyewitness News.
That's pretty good, but no, let me send you one where I have a Fu Manchu, because that's the one thing I don't like about that picture. Let me see, where did it download to? Hey, Smokey, I need to show you off. That's pretty fucking good. See, why couldn't I make it do that? I gave it that same picture. If you could put hands on the face, that would be cool. But if not, that's fine as well. That is all. Like, I could use that. Well, that's what I was going for, but I couldn't make it do that. You could make it do that, but you're a programmer, so. Here, you want me to go ahead and give you the, let me see what I got here. Something where I got Fu Manchu. It may be too big to send over Discord. No, it'll do it. No, that might not be. Might be blurry. I'm just spamming DJ Dub with pictures. No, that one won't work. That one won't work. That's not a good one. Smokey is all up in my shit right now. Maybe that one. I could definitely just Photoshop it. I am absolutely capable of that. I just thought it would be easier to do what I wanted it to do. I wanted it to look like the Mr. Beast picture, and I can't exactly Photoshop that. That specifically takes the AI slop to create. Hold on, you want to see a Smokey, don't you? His claws are razor sharp. You should see my leg. It is cut all to fucking hell. We almost done with news. We're doing some bullshit right now. Did you see the thing about Mickey Rourke needing a GoFundMe for his rent? Apparently that's not true. Rourke says he's not involved with GoFundMe campaign to avoid eviction. I'd rather stick a gun up my ass and pull the trigger, the actor said. Also, the picture that was in the story didn't look like him. Where's the video he shared? It had a link to the video. God damn it. Hold on. He's a wild looking man.
Is blasting a GoFundMe site that has been set up to help the actor who's fallen on hard times.
This thing is very embarrassing. I don't want anybody's money. I don't want anybody to send me money. I want you to get your money back.
He claims the GoFundMe was set up without his knowledge, even though it says it was created by a person on his management team with Mickey's full permission.
I would never ask strangers or fans or anybody for a nickel.
2 weeks ago, Rourke was photographed retrieving groceries from outside his Los Angeles rental as he faced eviction from his home.
Oh, wait a minute. Is that picture real? That's actually him? He's wearing a wig? That's what he actually looks like? This is a wig? Poor dude.
Or fans or anybody for a nickel.
2 weeks ago, Rourke was photographed retrieving groceries from outside his Los Angeles rental as he faced eviction from his home for non-payment of $59,100 in back rent. Then, 2 days ago, he was photographed moving out. Mickey Rourke had reportedly been living in this modest house for the last 10 years. It was recently purchased, and the new owners raised the rent to $7,000 a month. Rourke says he didn't pay the rent because he claims the owners aren't taking care of the property.
I'm not paying rent.
Oh, well, I mean, I guess we're renters' rights with Rourke here. If we're consistent, we're on his side. Fuck the landlord.
Living in this modest house for the last 10 years. It was recently purchased, and the new owners raised the rent to $7,000 a month. Rourke says he didn't pay the rent because he claims the owners aren't taking care of the property.
I'm not paying rent because there's mice, there's rats, the floor is rotten.
How the mighty have fallen. In the 1980s,
no, I'm on his side.
Young stars in Hollywood, a genuine heartthrob, starring in his breakthrough movie Dynamite.
Wait a minute, that's what he looked like? I've only seen him like post 2000.
And 9.5 Weeks with Kim Basinger. Today, he says he did a terrible job managing his career. The Hollywood Reporter's Seth Abramovich spoke with the GoFundMe organizer.
In speaking to the manager to get the full story, she then sort of admitted that they fudged the details a bit about what a GoFundMe was. It was, a desperate, high-stress situation, and she thought this is a great thing for him.
It's humiliating.
Oh, so his people really did set it up. It's not fake. Huh. I mean, he didn't look that bad off. I mainly know him from The Wrestler. The Wrestler. So, last night Monday? Yeah, last night Monday. Last night was the relaunch of CBS Evening News with Tony Ducapil. Ducapil. Tony Ducapil. Now, I tried to go and download the episode. I thought about watching it last night because I'm a TV history nerd. New anchor on CBS is kind of a thing. It's got history. That's Cronkite's network. So I should have watched it. I tried to go and see if I could torrent the episode from last night. Nobody gives a shit enough to put the CBS Evening News. You can get the NBC News, but you can't get the CBS News. Apparently, Ducapil had a pretty rough first night.
Governor Walz. No, we're going to do Mark Kelly. First day, big problems here.
Tony Ducapil encountered a few technical difficulties during his first day as the new CBS Evening News anchor. While hosting the January 5th broadcast, the journalist was transitioning to a story about Minnesota Governor Tim Walz when an image of Arizona Senator Mark Kelly popped up on screen.
I mean, they do kind of look alike.
An on-air flub that's now gone viral.
With Maduro now out, that base of power and influence.
He's got nice hair.
Out too. All right, to other news, as you just heard from Jill. Well, to other news now, to Governor Walz. No, we're going to do Mark Kelly. First day, big problems here. Are we going to Kelly here, or are we going to go to Jonah Kaplan? We're doing Mark Kelly. possibly demoted from his retired rank of captain in the Navy. Hegseth issued what's known as a letter of censure for the Arizona Democrat over his participation in a video that called on service members.
I think the only person doing Mark Kelly is
specifying which orders he had in mind. Hegseth called what the former combat pilot and astronaut did an act of sedition.
Fucking what's her name?
Once DeCopel finished the segment, he then
got shot in the head.
Senator Walz's announcement that the former Democratic vice presidential candidate is ending his gubernatorial re-election campaign, while referring to Minnesota as the Great
Gabby
Lakes State.
Giffords.
Some online have pointed out usually refers to neighboring Michigan's nickname.
Now we go to Minnesota. A surprise announcement from the Great Lakes State there today. Tim Walz, the 2024 Democratic vice presidential nominee.
The former CBS Mornings co-host was announced by the network as the latest CBS Evening News anchor on December 10th. His shift in role comes as opinion editor, and the Free Press founder Barry Weiss was named the editor-in-chief of CBS News after Paramount, CBS's parent company, merged with Skydance last year.
This
Since
woman
the merger,
just
the company's
failed
undergone
completely
staffing
upwards.
shifts, including layoffs affecting on-air personalities.
It really makes you not want to try hard at anything. It's like you can be a dumbass and you do better than actually trying hard at your job. Fucking weird. Oh, I'm sorry. I meant to take... I had the fucking... I'm so sorry, guys. I had the video here. I was going to take it live when it started. I didn't get a chance to. I'm sorry. We'll look at it here though. We'll watch it here in a moment. Before that, we're going to talk about the Buddhist peace walk. Buddhist monks are doing a peace walk. So continued through South Carolina on Tuesday. Where's the story? These are the monks.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for joining us here at the News 12 Now desk. I'm Kayla Lopez, and we're giving you a live look now as the Buddhist monks are supposed to be passing through Wilkes County this afternoon for their peace walk. They arrived actually just about, I want to say, a little under an hour ago and are actually having lunch right now. So we are not putting the camera on them, but we wanted to...
We will not react that quick anymore. And once we are not reacting that quick, we will not suffer. We will not suffer because of acting.
All the different local stations have been doing their highlight of the monks that they have been making their walk through the United States.
And that's why a lot of time we hurt ourselves and we hurt the others. And so now is the time for all of us just to slow down a little bit. We don't need to rush anymore. We don't need to chase materialities that much anymore. Just slow down a little bit. Of course, we do need material to live in this world. But when is enough?
Yes, sir. That's an awful nice robe you're wearing.
We don't know when is enough. We keep on chasing it. We be the one who suffer.
Easy for you to say when you're nice and warm in your robe.
I said, if we holding a piece of sticky rice on our hand, if we accept that, and we know that is enough for ourselves, then we be the happiest person in this world.
As Tim Minchin said back in Tibet, those Buddhist monks really used to dick with the poor.
We don't think that is enough, and we want something else, and we want a lot more, then we are the poorest person in this world because we suffer, right?
Seriously.
For that reason, we go everywhere.
He's like a fucking Texas Ranger or something. Oh, clinically taken up for the monk. I don't think you give it to me, no. And it might be one of the few possessions he owns. You're correct. He probably owns some books. He lives well at the monastery, though. Thank you, clinically. You know this. Is today the start of Mardi Gras? Is that what this shit is? I meant to take it live at 9 o'clock when it started. Is this Fat Tuesday? Oh, this is the kickoff of Mardi Gras. It's Three Kings Day. I can't keep up with all of this shit. They party for like a month straight. So these fuckers are like, that Christmas is over, let's party some more. I mean, I guess I should go one year. Check this shit out. Get into some debauchery. I've never been, no. Curiouser has, Sparkles has. But yeah, this was just like an hour ago, 2 hours ago. The Mardi Gras parade in New Orleans. I guess the kickoff of Mardi Gras. I think I think dog use by law enforcement is abuse. So that's why I'm glad that this animal is reaching his retirement age. This is Cleo. I think it was Cleo. Geo helped more than 4,000 victims of mass shootings and tragedies. Okay, so this dog's a fucking hero. This dog was being used correctly. If you're going to employ puppies, that is the correct use. This was a comfort puppy for victims. Wait a minute, they're having the Mardi Gras parade like a month before it even starts? A decade of duty. Geo is awesome. I hope he gets all the steak and treats and head scratches that he fucking deserves. What an awesome baby. A cop that quit. Once again, his job was a noble one. This puppy actually served his community like the hero he is. Yes, DJ Dub nailed it. DJ Dub fucking nailed it. Wait a minute, it still didn't get the Fu Manchu right, but okay. I can go ahead and make some corrections myself. Oh shit, this is amazing. I'm gonna use it on the thumbnail. It's perfect. That's what I wanted. I wanted a Mr. Beast style expression. That's exactly what I wanted. Yeah, Media Winch saw me trying to accomplish this, and the AI did not work out well for me. Winchy Poo, good evening, darling. I hope you are well. Check out this puppers here. This was a crisis dog. Comforted over 4,000 victims of mass shootings. That's the best boy. His name's Gio. Well, I needed it. The thing I wanted to put it on was the January 6th video, the one that we watched earlier. I'm going to put that up on YouTube because why wouldn't I? I already made it, so put it up on YouTube, put a thumbnail with it. Me reacting to January 6th.
This is the Troll Patrol.
Media Winch, you showed up in this.
With Justin Freakin.
Welcome to the Troll Patrol live.
400,000 ballots appeared.
This is the biggest goddamn baby I've ever seen in my life.
Because
it's true. Biggest goddamn baby I've ever seen in my life. Yeah, let's watch something. I'll stick around for a little bit. I didn't know if I was going to stick around on Twitch or not. I was going to go ahead and get off the stream, but I'll stick around. We'll watch an episode or two or something. Ooh, I'll put it up to a vote in the stream. So, YouTube people, podcast people, light one up, tip one back. It's alright to have a little fun, but we're at the sack. I'm JustinFREAKIN. We'll see you tomorrow night on the Troll Patrol live. Ditch them. I have decided on a list of things that I think would be I can totally get away with. I don't think I will have the police come after me. I hope. YouTube won't go away. Please go away, YouTube. I might have to go into YouTube Studio and shut it off. I hate that shit. YouTube, cooperate with me. Boo. There's two people over there. You guys are just hanging on. Alright, I'm in. I gotta end the stream from YouTube. No, not delete. Just end. End the stream. End the stream. Fuck YouTube.